at southwest.com. And by Acura Advance. Big crowd on hand. There'll be a lot of those eaten tonight. And should be just about a sellout crowd here at Camden Yards. 83 degrees, overcast skies. But we hope the rain has moved on. It was a very brief shower, but they did have to cover the field momentarily, so that's the reason for a bit of a delay. WJZ's Mark Viviano joining us here at the ballpark tonight. Let's check in with him.
How you doing, Gary? Luke Scott in the lineup here tonight. Just 4 hits in his 40 at-bats since the All-Star break. Obviously slumping, but he was smiling today, as he usually is. He said, hey, at least I'm here. When told, hey, you've done well against Josh Beckett, he said, well, you might think that's a good thing, but it's still Josh Beckett, as he does have success as well when he faces Roy Halladay. Beckett's a tough customer, and Luke's up for the challenge. We'll see how he does here tonight. Back to you guys.
All right, there you see the batting average. That is a very big number. Orioles take the field as we get set for first pitch of Game 2. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Red Sox. Orioles on the field and ready to go after a heartbreaking loss 6-5 last night. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines for the Red Sox. Ellsbury, Pedroia, there is Victor Martinez, first time as a Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis, Ortiz, Bay, Veritek. Reddick does stay, made his major league debut last night. Jed Lowry at short, Martinez numbers with Cleveland.
PNC scouting report for David Hernandez. Fastball, curveball, changeup. He sets a quick tempo. He likes to work quickly, and he doesn't hesitate. He's going to throw a lot of strikes, and he's not a guy that gets nervous. He won't rattle at all. He'll just continue to fire the ball. He has pitched at least 5 innings in each of his starts, and he has a lot of confidence in his own ability. You might not know it looking at him outwardly, but this guy is a fierce competitor and anxious to establish himself in this big league rotation.
David Hernandez has pitched some solid baseball. Opponents hitting 261 off him. Not much difference right or left. Left-handers 267. Right-handers 256. He's given up 4 home runs in the 45 innings worked so far, and had that outing against the Red Sox and a good one in his last start.
Well, there's a fine line between confident and comfortable. David is confident, and I ask him, what about the comfort factor? Do you ever get really comfortable here in the big leagues?
You never want to get too comfortable, because the moment you get comfortable is the time that you're going to have a failure. And you try not to be too comfortable, but you want to feel relaxed enough that you're not stressing over what you have to do on a daily basis.
Well, if you talk to David Hernandez's teammates, they'll tell you he is not concerned about stressing. He's pretty relaxed but very confident. But it's a great combination to have his ability and that kind of confidence, and he's anxious to establish that here in the American League East. This will be the second consecutive start against the Boston Red Sox. He pitched against them last Sunday at Fenway.
And Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in. Ellsbury had a big night, a 3 for 5 in the ball game last night. Takes the pitch up high for a ball, and we are underway.
Jacoby Ellsbury, big night last night. He did it with the bat. He did it with the glove. He robbed a home run from Luke Scott. And he is developing quickly into one of the most interesting and exciting players in the big leagues.
Second in all of majors in stolen bases, and second in the league as well. Carl Crawford of Tampa Bay, the leading base stealer. 1-1 delivery on the way, taken outside, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Ellsbury had a 2 for 3 in the ball game against Hernandez in the last start made by the Oriole right-hander. Swung on a miss. Good heat that was up that time, and it's 2-2.
David got into the flow of the game last Sunday very well. They retired the first 9 Red Sox batters he faced. 3 up, 3 down, 3 straight innings. He'd love to do the same thing here tonight.
Ellsbury, 116 hits, 302 average. He'll foul it back.
One thing about this team, they know now after seeing him last weekend that they're going to get fastballs. It's one thing knowing what you're doing and another to catch up to him. This guy has worn out the Orioles all year long, including 7 steals.
And a chopper is short. You got to hustle it. It's caught in the air. Does Torres. Buck, you were talking about the importance of getting off to a good start. It's true all around Major League Baseball. None more so than against these Red Sox. They have put up numbers to the greatest differential of any team in Major League Baseball in the first 2 innings, a plus 54.
Yeah, that reflects a couple of things. Top of the order is very good, but they also have very good starting pitching. 54 runs ahead of your opponent after 2 innings. The leaders in those departments all over baseball are a combined 91 games over 500. Dodgers, Red Sox, Giants, Twins, Yankees, and Phillies.
Pedroia, we were talking about that before the game. That just tells you how important it is to get off to a good start in baseball and how tough it is to get comeback wins. They do not come easy. Teams that win 3 to 6 games when they trail going into the 8th inning are at the top of the pile at the end of the year and comeback wins late in a ball game. So you get ahead early in the game, you set yourself up with a very good chance to win. And Terry Francona's ball club, with the talent they have, they do that.
And that's why you have Ellsbury and Pedroia hitting first and second. They have that mindset that I'm going to beat you right off the bat. I'm going to get on first at bat.
Fouled away by Pedroia. 1-ball 2-strike count. Pedroia 4th in runs and 4th in doubles in the league. It's also why the axiom in baseball really does have validity. The leadoff batter does matter. You'll hear people say, well, they're only going to lead off once maybe in a ball game, first inning. Yeah, but you know something? That's a big deal. It's a big deal if he gets on, sets the table, and a team gets a run early in the ball game, because the percentage chances of winning as a result of that increase dramatically.
And just think how many times we have said, oh, they've created a big hole for themselves early, and now they got to figure out how to get back into the game. And that's a tough mindset. That's why starting pitchers set the tone for your ball club.
1-ball 2-strike count with 1 down. Pedroia. Hernandez, he drills it. It's out of here. Way back left field wall, and goodbye home run. Red Sox bats come alive again.
Home run number 6 for Dustin Pedroia. This is a high fastball. This was the pitch they had trouble catching up on last Saturday. But he squares up the high fastball. It was a no-doubter into the seats. Last night, 5 home runs hitting the ball game, and are off to a fast start here tonight.
Dustin Pedroia. You can hear how many Red Sox fans there are here at Camden Yards.
And they're applauding the newest Red Sox player, Victor Martinez.
Martinez, the switch hitter, catching first baseman, coming over from the Cleveland Indians in a very big deal. He is getting the start at first base in the ball game tonight. As if the Red Sox did not have enough firepower, they add Victor Martinez to the lineup. He had 99 games with the Indians this year, 67 RBIs. Breaking ball. Hernandez gets it in there for a strike. Well, the Red Sox use the long ball early. The 5th home run off Hernandez. Pedroia getting it. And the Red Sox get the 1-0 lead on their first hit. 0-2 delivers, swung on a miss, chased it up high. Hernandez gets the strikeout, and the Oriole fans respond.
A big strikeout for David Hernandez. An 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball well out of the strike zone, but you see that he chased it. There's that breaking ball. Not quite where he wanted it, but effective as he got Martinez to chase.
There are 2 down. Here's Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis, red hot. He had a 3 for 4 in the ball game last night, including one of the 5 home runs hit in the ball game. 1-0 delivery to him away. He's hitting .350 in his last 15 games and has 7 multi-hit games over that time span. As Youkilis continues to be a driving force in this lineup. He's at third base tonight. And a strike on the inside corner, 2-1.
Well, we mentioned that you can't rattle David Hernandez, and he comes right back and pounds the strike zone again. He's got back into the count against Youkilis.
Youkilis will stand out on him. Hernandez just 23 years old, just his 9th appearance and 8th start. And the pitch will be taken inside. Double-A Bowie last year led the Eastern League in strikeouts, ERA of .268. Year before that, 7-11. Frederick, another high strikeout season. Surrenders the walk here with 2 down. Youkilis on for Ortiz.
Last night, David Ortiz hitting in the 3rd inning with 1 out and the man aboard goes deep to center. 15th home run of the season. He'd also hit a 3-run home run against Jeremy Guthrie last weekend at Fenway Park. That was a 2-run shot.
2 down. Ortiz will foul that one away. David Ortiz, home runs against the Orioles continue to pile up. He's got 26 career home runs against the O's, the 4th highest against any team. Tampa Bay, Toronto, the Yankees, and then the Orioles. 0-1 count on him. Ortiz will foul that one away. Hernandez gets an 0-2 count. Take a look at the 2 leading DHs for most of this season. David Ortiz in RBIs, 55 second. Luke Scott 48. He's got 4. Jim Thome overall leads with 61 for designated hitters.
Is he ever going to slow down?
No.
Thome? He just keeps up putting up huge numbers.
0-2 delivery on the way. A floater that will miss up high. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, Hernandez so far hasn't been able to get that breaking ball where he wants it, and he'll have to go back to the fastball, and that's not a good thing. He threw just enough breaking balls for strikes last time he faced him to keep him off the heater.
1-ball, 2-strike count. Runner off first base, Youkilis. Ortiz has homered now in the last 2 games. He's got 9 RBIs in his last 7. So his bat after that horrific start has really picked up for the Red Sox, and obviously that makes a big difference offensively. And a check swing foul ball over off the screen in front of his own dugout.
Now, David Ortiz, of course, been embroiled in the steroid controversy. His name has come out as being on that list in 2003, and for a guy that's going through all of that, he seems to be going about operation just as normal, operating as normal, and just doesn't seem to be concerned about it.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Big shift on, slow roller. Hernandez plenty of time and will get the out. But a run in on a hit with 1 left on base as Pedroia gets his first home run this year against the Orioles. Starting lineup for the O's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Roberts, Jones, and Markakis. Huff, Reimold, and Scott. Mora, Wieters, and his Taurus. Aubrey Huff. That bat is alive again.
Well, it sure is. PNC scouting report for the big right-hander, Josh Beckett. Fastball, curveball, cutter, and a changeup. He loves his fastball, and he will throw it until you make him change. And home runs not a concern. He has allowed just 10 home runs all year long in 20 starts.
Fewer hits than innings pitched. Strikeout to walk ratio good. And an ERA 10th best in the league at 3.44. Brian Roberts leads it off against him and takes it for a strike. Brian has hit well against Josh Beckett, 10 for 33 with a home run. Orioles have some people in the lineup who do have good numbers off him. He is, however, 1-0 this year and 5-2 lifetime against the O's.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that pitches to the situation, and you might get some hits off him, but when you've got runners in scoring position, that's where he really buckles down.
Beckett, 1-1 delivery, and Roberts takes that on the outside corner, 1-2. Brian's got a 4-game hit streak. As he comes into the ball game, we'll look at the numbers that the Orioles had for the month of July, which has now come and gone, as incredible as that may seem. 1-2 delivery, just missed. Roberts inside. Brian hit .287 for July. He had 1 home run. Orioles home run leader in the month of July was Adam Jones, as he picked up 5 long balls. 2-2 pitch on the way. Roberts stays alive with it.
Here's what Beckett does so well. He uses the fastball, but he throws it all over the place. Inside corner, outside corner, elevates it, and he's developed a pretty good 2-seam fastball that he can throw inside off the plate and run it back over the inside corner. So although you say, well, he's just using his fastball, well, it's about 4 different pitches.
2-ball, 2-strike count here in Brian Roberts. He gets 77% of leadoff batters. That's a big number. Like this. Martinez first play at first base. 1 away.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of the defense. And Victor Martinez is at first base. He has been there before. In the outfield, it's Bay Ellsbury and Josh Reddick making his first major league start. Ellsbury put on a defensive show last night. Up the middle, Lowry and Pedroia. That's the double play combination. Euclid at third, Victor Martinez at first, making his 97th start at first base, and the captain remains behind the plate, as he will during the majority of the time, according to Terry Francona.
Adam Jones had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Adam hitting at .296. And Beckett's pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Catchers hate it when they drop a ball that's a strike. Makes the umpire look bad.
And no one hates it more than Jason Barrett there.
Yeah. You want to hang on to that ball. You try and freeze those that might not be a strike. You certainly want to catch those that are. That one to third, and that is a foul ball and a broken bat for Jones.
Well, the veteran umpires have turned around and say, well, I guess that wasn't that good a pitch. You couldn't have caught it, so maybe it wasn't a strike.
Exactly. Jeff Kellogg is a veteran umpire. He's the crew chief behind the plate tonight.
Yeah, oh, I thought that was a better pitch than that, Jason. I guess if you can't catch it,
no, that was completely my fault.
I just boxed it up.
I boxed that so bad. That ball was right over the middle of the plate.
Won't happen again, Jeff.
No, you won't. Don't worry, I got him now. 19 doubles, 17 home runs, 59 RBIs. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and the breaking ball will miss inside. Adams had only 3 hits in 14 at-bats against Beckett in his young career. Beckett with 101 wins and 96 losses lifetime. 1 ball, 2-strike count. And that just missed outside. If I said 96, that's 66 losses. A lot better than that.
Outside corner. Boy, pitch track suggested might have just caught the outside corner.
That look brought to you by Northrop Grumman, the information systems powerhouse. And took something off it and got him. Two down. Nick Markakis coming up.
Take a look at this. The top outfield trios in the American League: the Yankees, Texas, Angels, Orioles, and Boston. We get the home run production. Orioles with 39, and you see the difference in age. The Orioles outfield average age 24.3 years old, 5 years younger than the next outfield.
Shortstop hit right at him as Lowry had moved over to the hole, and Bucket has a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed one, Camden Yards, and it's the Red Sox jumping out to the 1-0 lead. Classic scratch-off tickets from the Maryland Lottery for every Oriole home run hit tonight. You can have a chance to enter. Log in, MassonSports.com. Jason Bay had a 1-for-3 in the ball game last night. Hernandez pitched to him. Up high for a ball. Fourth in RBIs, first in walks, and among the top 10 in strikeouts. 1-0 delivery to him. Hernandez will fall behind 2-0.
Yeah, the strikeout total is a little surprising. He struck out 100 times this year. That's 8th most in the American League.
2-0 delivery on the way to him. Bay will take that to left field for a base hit. So the leadoff man on here in the second inning. Bay hit only 192 in July, so that's exactly what he wanted to do to start August.
Now David Hernandez is going to have to throw a breaking ball over here at some point to get them off the fastball. They know that he's going to throw a lot of fastballs, but you've got to put another pitch in their mind.
Switch hitting catcher Jason Varitek. Varitek 247 right, 232 left. 7 home runs left-handed, 6 right-handed. And the throw over will get Jason Bay on his belly. He's had 11 stolen bases in 13 attempts this year. Delivered to Varitek, and he was bunting for a sacrifice right there. He does not have a sacrifice this season.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to take advantage of Melvin Moore being deep at third. Watch how he just tries to guide it toward third base. Got underneath it and popped it into foul territory. Melvin is deep at third base. Varitek thinking, well, whatever. If I get it down, at least I can move the runner up and maybe even get a base hit.
He hasn't had a sacrifice since 2006. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Varitek to second base. Taylor made double play. Slow runner down the line at first. Got him.
Brian Roberts made an unusual flip on that play because of the high hop. Normally he will backhand that ball to Historis, but watch how he turns and throws against his shoulder, but still effective. Right there you can see he's a little bit further back on his heels because of the high hop. But Brian would normally take that and backhand it, but he felt like since the ball took him so deep at second, he was better off to give him the overhand throw.
Good play, and Storis had to come over a hard slide by Bay, who was trying to prevent the double play. Josh Reddick has had an interesting couple of days. Got called up at the very last minute from Double-A ball last night after the deals went down very late in the day for Boston. They needed bodies. He came up, and now here he is getting a chance to start in the game. He's only 22 years old, out of Savannah, Georgia. It is only his third pro season. He is highly touted, has put up pretty good numbers, a .309 batting average coming into this year. He led the Red Sox farm system in RBIs last year with 91. 2-1 delivery, looped in the air. That's in the gap. Jones back, not going to get it. Off the wall. Reddick's first major league hit is a double at Camden Yards.
Well, what a couple of days for Josh Reddick. Pretty good pitch at running fastball. Hits it off the end of the bat, but it carries a long way. You can see how he just drives it and extends it beyond the reach of Adam Jones in center. And he gets his first big league hit in his first major league start.
And the dugout makes sure they collect the baseball for him. So a two-bagger. Is the ball being put away? Here is Lowry, switch hitting shortstop now. That's 3 hits off Hernandez. And there's that breaking ball Buck's been talking about that's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's not finishing up the breaking ball at all. It stayed up and away from left-handed hitters, and it's a non-factor right now.
Lowry did not play in the ball game last night. Fastball, and he was sitting on it. Foul back. Sharing time at shortstop came up in July from Pawtucket, as he and Green are sharing the shortstop duties with Julio Lugo gone now. Lowry is a switch hitter. 1-1, 2 down. The delivery on the way to him, and that will be taken up high for a ball, and a 2-ball 1-strike count on Lowry.
Right now his arm is a little bit late of his body, and it's dragging. That's why he has not been able to get that breaking ball in. A little bit on his heel there as well, but he'll get it sorted out.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss up high. David Hernandez really having to work early. This may be one of those ball games where you find a way when you don't have all of your pitchers working for you, and you have to kind of make it up as you go along. 3-1 pitch, and he walked it. Number 9 hitter draws the walk with Ellsbury on deck.
Yeah, that's going to bring out the pitching coach, Rick Kranitz, who popped out of the dugout immediately after ball 4. And right now, his delivery is not allowing him to get through the pitch, and that's why so many pitchers are missing up and away to left-handers. So they're going to have to figure a way how to get him to lead with his hand a little bit more. He's going to pitch up in the zone, but he's not driving through the ball enough so he can get it to the first base side of home plate.
Kranitz has the say. The Red Sox have 2 on. There are 2 down. That double play, a big one. And the top of the order, and Ellsbury coming up. Ellsbury has done so much damage. This year he's hitting .451, 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Lifetime .378 with 2 home runs in 17 games against the Orioles. And the pitch to him is taken up high. And Hernandez trying to get a final out before the Red Sox can put another one up on the board here. Ellsbury lined out softly to short his first time up.
It's almost the identical pitch every time he throws that breaking ball. It's up and away. Whether he's having trouble gripping it and it's slipping out of his hand, or he's just releasing it too early, it's not effective right now and creating a problem for him. Now Ellsbury can really get geared up for the fastball.
2-0 count. Fastball, but that too is up. And a real struggle here for David Hernandez. 3-0, and Pedroia waiting on deck. Reddick had the double. Lowry got the walk. So if he gets a green light, 3-0 delivery, didn't need it. Well, after issuing only 15 walks in the first 45 innings he pitched, He's issued 3 here in not even 2 innings.
And it's tough to try to sort things out with the bases loaded. And a guy that's already gone deep in this game, Dustin Pedroia at the plate.
Pedroia, the home run, his 6th of the season, came with the bases empty and 1 down. Now the bases are full and there are 2 away.
Now you see one different thing we can see in the Red Sox this time. They're laying off that borderline high pitch. And that was such an aspect of his success in Fenway. The fact that David Hernandez got them to chase that high pitch, it led to 17 fly ball outs. So the veteran team has made the most aggressive adjustment.
As Dave Tremblay predicted, talking prior to the game. Pedroia is 3 for 9 with the bases loaded. All 3 hits singles. And Hernandez misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, 6 in a row. They've been out of the strike zone. 2-0 count. Pedroia, dangerous pitch. It is in there for a strike, though. 2-1.
In his first at bat against Hernandez, Dustin Pedroia squared up on the pitch, and you can watch the contact as he gets it right out over the plate, full extension on a high fastball, his 6th home run.
Pedroia will chop that one foul. Dustin Pedroia is hitting .374 with runners in scoring position this season. That is the 5th best average. Bobby Abreu, who's having an unbelievable year, is hitting .423 for the Angels with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and when you hit that high in these situations, it's just a mental makeup thing. You just are tough enough not to give in to the pitcher.
2-2 delivery, and it's ripped, and it is foul.
The interesting part of it for Pedroia is he's just in his 3rd season. And he's confident he can hit anybody at any time in any situation. So he can excel in these situations with runners in scoring position.
Talking about hitters in July, I saw her note him. Bobby Abreu hit .380 in the month of July with 28 RBIs for the Angels. Holy cow.
Pretty good investment by the Angels in signing him to a free agent contract at a point where everybody said, why do we need another outfield? Well, because you got Torrey Hunter and Brady Guerrero that are banged up right now on the disabled list.
Angels have a 3-game lead over Texas. 2 ball, 2 strike count, bases loaded. That one grounded to short. Force at second base, going to go to first instead, and gets the out. Good job by David Hernandez. No runs, a couple of hits. The Red Sox leave the bases loaded. That could be a turning point in this ball game.
official yet, but all indications would seem that Brian Mattis very much in the discussion to make that debut at Detroit. Now back to Gary and Bob.
Absolutely right, Mike. He certainly is in the discussion. No question about that. Orioles with Brad Bergeson visiting the ballpark today on the DL, so somebody's going to take that start. Is it somebody out of the bullpen already here? Is it a veteran pitcher who you just bring up to fill in for a start or two, or do you bring up Brian Mattis to stay? 1-1 delivery on the way to Huff, and that is a strike. Boy, he throttled back on that one.
Yeah, that's a good breaking ball. He throws so effectively. He's a fastball, curveball pitcher basically, and then he'll cut the fastball, sink the fastball, and throw a changeup from time to time.
Aubrey 10 for 35 with a home run lifetime off Beckett. Breaking ball again, and that one will miss. 2-2.
Milestone home run for Aubrey Huff last night. His first home run since the 3rd of July, number 200 in his career, and it didn't make John Smoltz very happy. But he gave the Orioles the lead, and it came in 6th inning with 1 down.
Here's the 2-2 delivery by Beckett, and that will just miss. Beckett makes it real tough for a home plate umpire, because even the ones that miss don't miss by very much.
Well, you know what? And really, the analysis of that is he's always around the zone, so you always have a good look at a pitch. The ones that are all over the place, those are the ones that really give umpires trouble.
3-2 delivery on the way, and that's right there. Huff knew it. A perfectly located fastball.
Well, that's that comeback fastball, the two-seam fastball. Watch where it is when it starts. It's off the plate inside, and the movement takes it well over the inside corner. Aubrey Huff couldn't offer at it. That's a wicked pitch to left-handers. You've seen breaking ball, and then he jams you with that two-seam fastball.
Beckett with a couple of strikeouts, one away here in the 2nd inning. Nolan Reimold had an 0 for 3 off Beckett, the only time he faced him. Last night he got a dinger.
Yeah, we talk about home runs last night. There were 5 of them. This one to the opposite field off John Smoltz, a high fastball.
0-1 delivery to him, chopped foul off his foot.
Here's the numbers from last night. 2-run home run last 7 games. He's hit 500 with a home run, 3 RBIs for the season against the Red Sox, 444. And the Red Sox are having a real difficult time trying to figure out where the holes are. They can't figure out where to try to pitch him. He's handled pitches away. He's handled pitches inside, up, down, everywhere.
0-2 count. If anybody will find one, it will be Josh Beckett.
Well, Veritek
takes the time up.
They're having trouble, and you got the professor behind the plate, the guy that can break down anything. And so far, they haven't found too many weaknesses in Nolan Reimold's swing.
And Reimold will take it outside. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. 1 down, 1-0 lead Red Sox on the home run hit by Pedroia in the 1st inning, his 6th. And the 1-2 delivery to Reimold. Check swing. Did he go? First base? Yes, he did. 2 strikeouts in a row. 3 in the game. 3 of the first 5 Orioles.
Yeah, it's the curveball that he really gets a lot of break on, and Reimold certainly went far enough for the strikeout. And that's the problem with Josh Beckett, is he has so many weapons. You've got to gear up for the fastball. It'll be 96 miles an hour, and when you do that, you become vulnerable to the breaking ball.
Here is Luke Scott. The Orioles DH, 18 homers, 53 RBIs, but after the All-Star break, only 4 for 40. He's hit well against Beckett, 7 for 13 with 2 home runs off him. That is the highest career batting average against Beckett of any active player. Scott, Russell Branyan, Garrett Anderson, Matt Holliday, and Rafael Furcal. Swung on a miss. Those swings by Luke Scott right there, you wouldn't even know it was him if you compared him to the first half of the season.
Yeah, he's really struggling right now, and so many things going through his mind, trying to figure out how he can get that swing back. But those first 2 pitches, 2-seam fastballs, Perry Crowley and Luke Scott have spent hours together trying to get back to the swing he had early in the season.
He is at the mercy of Beckett now, just going to have to protect. Pitch will be taken down low. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. The Red Sox, with Beckett on the mound, are 15-5. That is the best number for any starter in the American League for wins for his team. He's had 20 starts, and the Red Sox have won 15 of them. Fouled away. Matt Cain and Josh Johnson in the National League have 16 wins for their ball club when they start, each of them 16-5. Beckett trying to reach that number tonight.
Yeah, to me, that's the true definition of an ace. When you go to the mound and your team wins. No matter what your stats are, no matter what your ERA is, you go to the mound, your team wins. That's an ace.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Scott will take the pitch away, and the count goes to 2-2.
Even in a situation like Jake Peavy, who has always been among the leaders in ERA in the National League, he just doesn't have that knack for winning. And you can blame his team somewhat, but when they go to the mound, they have confidence that they're going to win the game. Josh Johnson, the young right-hander in Florida, is developing that kind of reputation.
2-2 delivery to Scott. That one's going to be a base hit. So he keeps his numbers up against Beckett, and the Orioles have their first hit. A 2-out single here in the second inning.
And Luke is starting to swing the bat much better. Jacoby Ellsbury robbed him of a home run last night on a drive to the wall in center field, and a battle he had right there. And there's another 2-seam fastball, just about the same spot of the first 2 pitches he missed in this at bat, but this time he squares up on it, down around the label a little bit, but he got enough of it to drive it through the infield.
Melvin Mora. Melvin back in the lineup. Did not play last night. Dave Tremblay has made it pretty clear that those who hit play in the final months of the season. Melvin Mora getting the message because Ty Wiggin didn't get the start last night.
I never could have played for Dave Tremblay. I never hit.
He wasn't going to say anything. Yep, you're right. 1-0 count. Skip, better not play me. Can't hit.
Every
A
time
slider
I
strike.
hear that song, I just don't get any hits.
And Beckett goes to 1-1 on Melvin Mora. Luke's got a very short lead over there at first base. Orioles down a run. 1-1 delivery, and Mora will chop it off the plate. Third base, Youkilis guns it over and gets the out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. 2 complete here at Camden Yards with the Red Sox on a Pedroia homer leading. Book your next trip at Southwest.com and by PNC. PNC leading the way.
Now, you talk about competitors, and here's one of the best right here. This is Josh Beckett having a long conversation with himself after the inning because he gave up a base hit to Luke Scott. I tell you what, you talk about raising the bar. This Red Sox team, they have one thing on their mind, and that is winning a World Series. Nothing short of that is a successful season.
Well, the White Sox beat the Yankees today by a score of 14-4. So in that regard, Red Sox have a chance to pull within a half a game of the Yankees if they can win here. Victor Martinez, first at bat for the Red Sox, strikeout victim. David Hernandez has walked 3, struck out 1. Only a 1-0 lead as we go to the third inning. And a breaking ball. There's the one he's been trying to get for a strike, and he did.
Yeah, you just keep battling through until it comes around for you. And Matt Wieters knows David Hernandez very well. He's not going to give up on this pitch, but look at the break. That's the breaking ball you look for. That's that big curveball.
And the 0-2 delivery on the way to him up high. Martinez caught 52 games with Cleveland. Played first base 47 times. He has a $7.5 million option for 2010 that comes with him. Every reason to believe the Red Sox will exercise that. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. Close to a do. Martinez, Youkilis, and Ortiz. Red Sox, with their win last night against the O's, have improved their record against the East to 26-12 against Eastern Division teams. 2-2 delivery on the way. A ground ball. Good fist shot. Pitcher's got it covered. And a good play by Hernandez. Roberts gets it to the pitcher. Tomorrow, the Orioles conclude this homestand, a 1:35 afternoon game against the Sox. The tickets start as low as $15, but they are going fast. So we hope you'll be here and paint this park orange. Orioles baseball day game. 888-848-BIRD. Orioles.com tomorrow. One down. Here's Kevin Youkilis. Jason Birkin against Clay Buchholz, the scheduled starters. Red Sox will then, the Orioles rather, then move on to Detroit for 4 games. Chris Tillman a start against Justin Verlander. Maybe Brian Mattis on Tuesday against Jared Washburn. Jeremy Guthrie against Edwin Jackson, and David Hernandez against Rick Porcello. For the love of the high and mighty. Verlander, Washburn, Jackson, and Porcello. Oh my gosh. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that down the line in right field. Nick Markakis heading over into the corner where he disappears from our view, and so does the ball, but it's foul.
Yeah, man, that Tiger rotation has really come into its own. Certainly the acquisition of Edwin Jackson has really lengthened the rotation. And now with the development of Rick Porcello, who's had a little bit of a slow start to the second half of the season, but they've got power arms. Jackson, Washburn. Now the new left-hander. Washburn is second in the league in ERA to Zach Greinke. Jackson is third. Verlander is sixth.
That's not right. And that is amazing. Shot up the middle. Boy, Youkilis is on. 3 for 4 last night, a walk and a base hit in this game. That comes with 1 away.
Kevin Youkilis has the ability to recognize pitches, and that looked like a sinking fastball that was away. Take a look at how he stays on it and rips it over the back of David Hernandez into center field. There are no rest stops in this Red Sox lineup.
Nope. David Ortiz grounded out, a comebacker to the mound his first time up. And that'll be taken down low for a ball. Good stop by Matt Wieters. David Ortiz will look for the ground ball here with a big shift on. 1-0 delivery. And Ortiz takes it to center field. That is back. Jones there at the wall, and he's got it. And Youkilis will go back 400 feet and maybe a couple more away.
Ryan had a pretty good idea it was going to stay in the park the moment it came off the bat. And watch where the ball is in relationship to the barrel of the bat. Looks like he hits it off the end. Them actually got jammed a bit. hit it down toward the label. It didn't have that good sweet spot ring to it, and Adam Jones takes it short of the warning track in center.
Euclid back to first base. Jason Bay. Bay had a single his first time up. These Red Sox have outscored the Orioles on the season 69-44, including the run here tonight. Breaking ball outside for a ball. Yet the Orioles have been in games 6 of the last 9 losses by 2 runs or less against Boston. 1-0 count, very short lead at first. Breaking ball again, that is in there, 1-1.
Yeah, man, now he's having more confidence. He can get it down in the zone. He's thrown a couple of real good ones here this inning, and that's a good indication that he now has those 3 pitches to attack the Red Sox with.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Bay. 3 in a row. That one is going to miss outside. Bay this season is hitting only .150 against the Orioles. He has had 1 home run, 3 RBIs, much better lifetime, a .279 hitter against the O's. 2-1 delivery on the way. Hernandez strike for the outside corner and got it. 2-2. Two down, 2-2 count. Runner not going. Hernandez making it tough, working in and out. Just missed on that one. 3-2. Euclid will be going with 2 down now. Behind him, Huff at first base. 3-2 delivery and walked him. So that's 4 walks in 2 2/3 innings. Puts 2 on, brings up Varitek.
A little surprised with that 3-2 curveball pitch in a situation with 2 outs. He was a fastball pitcher, and that was kind of almost giving into him, and now he puts him in a spot with a left-handed batter at the plate.
Varitek hit into a double play his first time up. Red Sox with a couple on here. Varitek in this game facing Hernandez for the first time. And the pitch is taken inside for a ball. 2 on, 2 outs. Euclid the lead runner and Bay at first. Look back on the 1-0. Good off-speed breaking ball. Had him out in front and over the top of that one. Varitek has struggled at the plate much of the season, but does have 13 home runs. Average is at .235. 1-1 delivery to him, and that is in there for a strike. Varitek doesn't like it. 1-2.
No, I didn't like it at all. Thought he had a pretty good look at it and thought it was down all the way. Brian Knight, the home plate umpire, got a definitive reaction from the Red Sox catcher. He thought it was low.
One and 2. Hernandez, he knew that one was in there. 2 strikeouts for Hernandez, and again the Red Sox leave runners on. 2 of them this time. It remains a 1-0 Red Sox lead. annual Orioles Reach food drive. Hope you will participate. Non-perishable food items will be collected. If you want, you can contribute cash. It's for the Maryland Food Bank. Representatives are at every gate here at Camden Yards. Soup kitchens, food pantries, emergency shelters, all benefit. Tomorrow, it's the final day. It has been going on for the 3-game set here. Please join in the 23rd annual food drive. Pretty much a packed house on hand on a summer night. Here at Camden Yards, the Orioles trailing by 1. Matt Wieters is Turris and then Roberts. Wieters a career high 8-game hit streak going. And as a result, he has raised his average to .279 on the season. Matt will take that inside for a ball. Great month of July, hit .323. Playing in 17 games behind the plate for the O's. 1-1 delivery to him. Beckett misses outside, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Josh Beckett with 3 complete games and 2 shutouts on the season as part of the 20 starts he's made for the Red Sox. 2-1 delivery, and Wieters to first, and a bad hop base hit. Martinez was there to play it, and it shot up towards his hat. It'll be an infield hit for Wieters.
It was hit like a bullet to the right side of the first baseman. You can see Wieters really extends on it. One hop, and Martinez got handcuffed actually by it. That ball took a big high hop. They got a piece of it, but can't flag it down.
So the Orioles leadoff man on is Turris. Another possible bunt situation. How many of these has he had over this homestand? Seems though every time he comes up, it's a sacrifice situation, and he's not done particularly well. He has 3 in the year. In at third base, Youkilis. As Turris does square, takes the pitch inside for a ball.
Yeah, very difficult to get on top of these pitches from Beckett because he throws it with so much movement, and as Turris has had a tendency to get underneath the ball and clap it up. What you have to do is make sure the barrel of your ball is higher, the barrel of your bat is higher than the baseball, and that will get it on the ground where you want it.
Matt Wieters has to be careful at first. Beckett does have a good move to first base. Here's the 1-0 delivery as Turris squares, taken up high, and the count goes to 2-0. Turris had only 3 sacrifices last year. He hasn't had a lot of them since 5 or 6 years ago when he used to put up double-digit numbers playing with the Dodgers. He had years of 12, 10 sacrifices. 2-0 count, Wieters. Martinez holding the bag, not showing bunt. It is a strike, 2-1. Was he just going to take until Beckett threw a strike, or did he really intend to hit?
I think he was hitting in that situation. If he got something to rip at with first baseman holding Wieters on, there's a big hole on the right side, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the sacrifice now.
2-1. In at third, Youkilis way in. He was not bunting. Pedroia's got it. There's one. Relay over to first. Not in time and dropped anyway. He was going to be safe. The call had already been made by Hunter Wendelstedt. So it will be a fielder's choice. Wieters retired at second, 4-6.
Now what you do is you exchange runners and you put a faster runner on. The feed to second base is a good one. Lowry comes across the bag, but Turris was going to beat it. It was just a slow developing double play.
1 down. There's Turris on and Brian Roberts up. Roberts grounded out to first base. First time up. Orioles down a run. Couple of hits. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Throw over to get his Turris back to the bag. Ryan during the hit streak, 6 for 18, 4 ball games. He's now had 34 multi-hit games this season. A couple of 4-hit games included. Roberts takes, pitches down low.
Misduras bluffed a steal, and Lowry took a couple of steps towards second. So he's got coverage here. That'll open up a hole at shortstop should they decide to play hit and run now.
Against Beckett, base stealers are 12 out of 13. Veritek has thrown out only 14%. 1-0 delivery on the way. That is a strike at the knees. 1-1 on Roberts.
Obviously, you set up your defense according to how your pitcher is working a particular hitter. And it appears as though they're pitching Roberts away with the fastball, which surprises me why Lowry would have coverage there. But a lot of managers on hit and run situations will have the shortstop cover, figuring the percentages are the base runner can't go to third because the ball's hit to left.
1-1 delivery. That is hit to left, but it's in the air. Jason Bay, runner halfway as Torres goes back. Roberts is retired, and there are 2 down. So Adam Jones will come up with 2 away. The strikeout victim his first time up. Beckett has walked none and struck out 3 so far in the ball game. Adam had real trouble, it looked like, picking up Beckett on the first at bat where he struck out. Beckett kept widening the strike zone on him with some sliders. Or cutters, I guess. Pretty good lead at first base is Torres. As a result, the throw over. Red Sox know these games against the Orioles have been close, so you just don't let base runners have a base. These 1- and 2-run ball games, those are the plays that can make a difference. Jones waiting. First pitch to him is down low for a ball.
That last night in the ball game, Jacoby Ellsbury was at first base, and Jeremy Guthrie continued to throw to first base. Ellsbury always a threat to steal, but that added distraction allowed Euclid to get a good pitch. He eventually knocked it out of the ballpark with Ellsbury at first base, but still that threat of a run is a distraction for the pitcher.
Beckett a look over to first base. 1-0 count to Jones. Adam fouls it back.
Well, he was on that breaking ball. He had it in his mind he might get a breaking ball there, and you can see 77 miles with the curveball. And he stayed back. He had a pretty good rip at it, but just fouled it back to the screen.
Beckett's another one of those starters where the average when there are runners on as opposed to bases empty is significantly different. Hitters hit 289 off him with somebody on base, 203 when the bases are empty. His overall 233 average is the 4th lowest in the American League. And a chopper to second base. Pedroia's got it. Over to Martinez. No runs, 1 hit, no error, and a base runner left on. 3 complete.
together since we were younger, and why should anything change just because he's Adam Jones' man?
Well, I know Adam's mom is watching. She probably wants to know, how are you guys going to celebrate? You going to behave tonight?
Oh, yeah. It's business first. The pledge day, we might celebrate in the off-season or something like that.
This is the first time you've been to Baltimore. Your thoughts on coming to the ballpark and seeing Adam at his new home?
Oh, I love Baltimore. The only thing is too hot this time around. I wish it was raining some more or something like that.
Well, you were watching Adam at bat here in his last time up. You say you get a little nervous when you watch him?
Yeah, I get a little nervous because I always think I mess him up. So I try to keep my voice down because I'm pretty sure if I yelled, everyone in the stadium could hear me. So I try to keep my voice down and let him concentrate.
Well, we all enjoy and have gotten to enjoy getting to know Adam Jones, as you are his cousin and you've grown up with him. Tell us a little bit more about Adam that we don't see here at the ballpark.
Adam is a joker. Adam loves to have fun, and he loves to laugh and joke and do all kind of things you probably wouldn't expect.
Very good. Adrian, happy birthday to you and your cousin Adam.
Yes, thank you. I want to say hi to my mother, my auntie, my nieces, Erica, Aaliyah, and Kiana, and Anson Jr.
Well, let's throw in Gary and Buck, too. Up to you guys.
They are very close. They've had a great time here in this homestand, and Mom, Andrea, wants to send along best wishes to her son out there in center field as well. We know you're watching tonight. Great to have you on board, and Adam, a birthday here, and he's got his best bud with him to celebrate it. Matt Wieters taking that one off the mask. Reddick, a strikeout victim. 3 on the board now for David Hernandez. Lowry up, drew a walk his first time up. Hernandez settling in, having to make it work. Pedroia with a home run in the first inning is 6 with 1 down. It's the only run on the board. 1-4-0 for the Red Sox, 0-2-0 for the O's. Check swing, did he go? Nope.
Pretty good changeup with an 0-2 count, and they threw it down where Matt Wieters wanted it. You know, Gary, we're seeing some qualities of David Hernandez that you don't necessarily see in younger pitchers all the time, and that's just the willingness to continue to battle.
Towering pop-up. Aubrey Huff. Where is it? He doesn't know.
Hope it's in the seats, Aubrey.
Yeah. He had to get out of the or move Hunter Wendelstedt, the umpire, and when he took his eyes off to move Wendelstedt or not run into him, he looked up again and it was gone.
Yeah. And good thing it was about 8 rows back in the seats, because he had no idea where it was. Looks up in it. Once the umpire clears his way, he's going, I got no chance. Where is it?
Don't hit me on the head, please.
Surprised he didn't cover his head.
That's right. 1-2 delivery on the way, and another one at first foul.
But about David Hernandez, you know, Gary, pitchers go out there, and when you start a full season, probably 33 starts a year, you might go out there with all of your pitches working about 7-8 times. And it takes a while to learn how to pitch when you don't have a pitch or two. But David has thrown that tonight. His breaking ball was the non-factor early in the game. He continued to battle it, continued to work with it. Now it's back. But if you're going to be a successful pitcher in the big leagues, you have to be able to have the mindset that you can battle through not having command of a pitch or two during the course of a game.
A 1-ball, 2 strikeout on the way. Up high. That is the argument used by those who want to see Brian Mattis here on Tuesday, and those who don't mind having the young pitchers here already. Give them a chance at the major league level to find out how, in these kind of games, to make things work. 2-2 delivery is swung on and missed. That's 3 strikeouts in a row. Picked up by David Hernandez, Veritek, Reddick, and now Lowry.
He just reared back on a 2-2 pitch up in the strike zone and punches out Lowry. Watch where the ball is when the bat comes through the zone. It's past him. That's what hitters will talk about when a pitcher beats him. He beat him with that fastball because he couldn't get the barrel out in front of it.
That will bring up Jacoby Ellsbury. 2 down. Dave Tremblay made a statement today when we were doing the radio show that it's the first time I've heard Dave say it or anybody else. He said next year, second half of the season, there will be important ball games played by the Orioles, about the Orioles, and their standings. He's saying he believes next year they will be competitive in the Eastern Division and will have big games played late in the season. I asked him the question bluntly, and he answered it bluntly.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably the pretty good timetable when you think about the development. And some of these pitchers are here before we expected them to be here. and they certainly are holding their own. And I think that's what you expect. And then they go into this off season encouraged by their results this year.
Breaking ball. We looked at the money before the game. Andy McPhail told us the other night when we had him last night on the interview that once the core is in place, and it seemingly is, the Orioles are going to go out and look at the free agent market to get maybe a couple of big players. 2-2 delivery. And Bucky, we went through the money. We were online looking at it. The Orioles are going to free up a lot of money after this year.
Yeah, about $46 million overall, and that's a big chunk of change. And you just have to decide what the timing is.
That's going to be off the mound and a base hit. So Ellsbury is on with a single. It comes at 2 down here in the 4th inning with Pedroia coming up.
The timing is a twofold situation. Is your team ready to feel the impact of a free agent? And are there free agents that fit your needs? So it's all about timing. You can have the money, but if you're going to spend the money prematurely, those free agents aren't going to have the desired impact on your team. So you have to have a homegrown foundation, and then you have to have attractive free agents.
Yep. 2 down, and you have to be in a position as a team where the free agents want to come here. The fact of the matter is, free agents have not wanted to come to Baltimore in recent years because the team was not winning, and there wasn't much promise that they were going to win. That, I think, has really changed. Dave said today, in free agency, he said 2 things: a power hitter, right-handed, a guaranteed, no doubt, big bat, right-handed hitter, and a #1 pitcher to go after in the free agent market. Dustin Pedroia, 2 down. Fakes the go at first base. Ellsbury stays. Second leading base stealer in the majors over there at first.
And now he's talking to Tim Bogar, the first base coach. Something he may have seen with Hernandez, trying to get a feel for keys from the stretch.
47 steals, 8 times caught. Taken down low. 2-0.
Yeah, Carl Crawford has 48 steals for the Tampa Bay Rays. He too has been caught 8 times, but anytime you're running with that much success, people are going to encourage you to keep it up.
One thing you do not want to do here is take the bat out of Pedroia's hand by getting thrown at. 2-0 delivery. Pedroia ground ball to third. Melvin Mora will look to first base and get the out. And again, Hernandez gets it done. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. It remains a 1-0 Sox lead. Gary Thorne, Buck Martinez, WJZ's Mark Viviano. Great to have you with us on this beautiful night here at Camden Yards. Another close ball game. Bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's Nick Markakis, and the breaking ball spun up there by Beckett. Will miss for a ball. Markakis grounded out his first time up. Markakis, Huff, and Reimold. Oriole hits. Wieters has a single, and so does Luke Scott. That's it so far off Beckett. 10th in ERA, 6th in strikeouts in the American League. Tied for first in wins with 12. 2-0 delivery. Markakis late on it, fouls it back.
You know, we always talk about the best pitch in baseball is the fastball, and what Josh Beckett has done since his first year when he came over from the Nationals, he's developed a two-seam fastball. He was primarily a four-seam fastball guy, pitched up in the zone a lot. That led to a lot of home runs in his first year in the American League. He has since developed a very good two-seam fastball. He throws it to both sides of the plate. That was it that missed outside. Earlier in the game, start the second inning, he threw that comeback two-seamer on the inside corner to strike out Aubrey Huff.
He just is nasty. Here's the 3-1 delivery on the way. Markakis will foul it away. He's had only one loss in his last 7 starts. That came against Texas 2 starts ago, and only one no decision in that period as well. He just wins games. You
know what, Gary? That's probably the best word to describe him. He's nasty. You just don't feel comfortable hitting against him. You know, there are guys that pitch and that you get some hits off, and they win their games, but you always feel like you got a chance to hit. I get the sense that you never really feel comfortable against Josh Beckett because he can do so many things in so many different areas of the strike zone.
3-ball, 2-strike count. Nick Markakis. Orioles have had the leadoff man on once. 3-2 delivery on the way. Fouled away again. Beckett has been absolutely unbeatable, literally at Fenway. In the home ballpark in 10 starts, he is 7-0. ERA of 2.58. On the road, he is 5-4. With an ERA of 4.34. Here in Baltimore, his record is 4-1 at Camden Yards with a 3.47 ERA. Part of the 5-2 record he has against the O's overall. 3-2 delivered to Markakis again, and Nick will take it, and he's on with a walk. So leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. More dates announced for you to enjoy Baltimore's hottest new address, 2110 Utah, presented by First Fidelity Mortgage. August 15, you can join Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, and the fans in the Oriole Park's new fan club section. $21, that's all it takes to get you a reserve Utah Street bleacher seat and an I Live at 2110 Utah Street t-shirt. Information, 888-848-BIRD at Orioles.com. That's on August 15. That's 2110 Utah. Here's Aubrey Huff. Markakis back to the bag. Beckett surrendering his first walk. Huff called out on strikes his first time up. 10 for 36 now off Beckett with a homer. Pretty good lead for Markakis. Breaking ball misses. Ball 1 to Huff.
The one thing that Beckett and Veritek do inevitably is they continue to mix up the patterns. They will fall into a rut to one particular batter where that batter can pick up on a pattern. And Veritek will always be well prepared, obviously going over pregame scouting reports, analyzing who he's calling the game for and who the opponent hitters are.
1-0 delivery on the way, and that misses. Beckett wants a new baseball since the first 2 wouldn't go in the strike zone. And the count goes to 2-0.
So now you would expect it to be a fastball. So Aubrey Huff has to decide what part of the strike zone he's going to look for. Look out over the plate where you can extend your arms, and if he throws that pitch inside on the corner, take it. You've got the count in your favor.
Aubrey with the 3-game hit streak. 5 hits in his last 13 at bats. 2-0 delivery. Ground ball to first, and that is foul.
That was close to where he wanted it. That was out over the plate. He was just a little bit out in front of it, but there was enough late movement on it that it took it down, and he got just the top half of it.
2 teams are playing some real grinded-out baseball this season, and as the series has gone along, games have gotten even tighter, more tense, better played. Teams are going to meet 2 more times September in Boston, 8th and 9th, and then September 18, 19, 20 here at Camden Yards. There's actually a 2-game set to be played in Boston on September 8 and 9. It's a wacko schedule. There's a day off before and a day off after. 2-1 strikeout Huff. That's on the inside corner. That's where they've been pitching Huff, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, again, the two-seam fastball. And Aubrey had a pretty good look at it. Thought it might have been off the plate inside. Now he's just got to regroup and battle. Protect the strike zone, if you will. 2-2 against Beckett.
Two ball, 2 strikeout on Huff. Reimold waiting on deck. Aubrey got jammed. Shallow right. Reddick. Back to first base, Markakis. Talking about progress and the ways that you measure it with a team. Keeping games close. It was not the case last year. 1 or 2 run games, 3 1-run games, 2 runs. You see the difference this year with the 11 games played. 7 games decided by 1 or 2 runs. A much different scenario, except for the results. The Red Sox have continued to win them, and that is the next step. Reimold, strikeout victim, his first time up. 1 down. Markakis back.
That reminds me of a conversation I had with Hal McRae many years ago. Kansas City White Sox were out in front in '77, leading the division, and he told the White Sox bluntly, "You can't just win a division. You got to knock on the door first." So that's kind of what the Orioles are doing right now, just getting close. They were overmatched and outmanned for so long, but now the pitching has neutralized the dominance of the Red Sox. As the pitching gets better, it's not as lopsided. The Oriole bats too are improving all along, and Nolan Reimold is one of them. And we've talked about the production of the young outfielders and how the team is slowly but surely coming together.
Reimold, 0-1 delivery to him, and that's a strike on the outside corner, and that's pretty much an unhittable pitch right there. Nolan has put up really good numbers against the Red Sox. A .444 average coming into this ball game. 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Reimold 0 for 1 in this one. 2 strike count. Markakis leadoff walk at first. Tried to wait on it. Couldn't wait long enough and pulls it foul.
It was a breaking ball. He threw right at Nolan Reimold, and the only place he was going to hit it hard was into the seats. So now Beckett's wheels are spinning, taking the information from that last swing, trying to figure out where he's going. And then they look in at his battery mate, and he'll say, okay, what do you think now? We've got him sped up a little bit. Do we go soft and away?
Two strike count.
Before they do that, they'll check with Markakis.
Oriole bullpen, Mark Hendrickson warming up. Victor Martinez at first base. I mean, even though he has played first base a lot, trying to get used to Beckett's moves over there that he hasn't seen. He's jumped around a couple of times, and Beckett's thrown over hard, almost handcuffing him. And swung on a miss, went back to it.
He went soft and away after he had Reimold geared up so much that he pulled that first breaking ball foul. They slow the second one down, throw it off the plate outside, and get the strikeout.
So after a leadoff walk, Beckett gets Huff on the fly ball, Reimold on the strikeout, and here's Luke Scott. Luke with a single, designated hitter, now is 8 for 14 with 2 home runs lifetime off the Red Sox starter. Jammed him. Let's check in with Mark Viviano. Mark.
Yeah, Gary, right on cue in his first at bat, Luke Scott got the hit off Beckett, a player he has had great success against. When told about his struggles overall, he's well aware of it and says he can't really look forward to facing Beckett. He said nobody grabs a bat and can't wait to face him. But as he showed in that first at bat, there is a guy here he's dialed in on. Let's see if he can do it again.
He'd love to be able to wrap one right here. And that pitch is taken inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down and the runner on at first base. Despite a very tough 4 for 40 since the All-Star break, 18 home runs, Luke Scott. For the Orioles, still on top. Beckett, the 1-1 delivery. Chad Tapper, the third baseman, over as they had an unusual shift, and Youkilis makes the play on him. So no runs despite a leadoff walk. A runner stranded. 1-0 Red Sox.
Out his 6th of the season. David Hernandez struggled with his breaking ball early, but it came around for him later on. 4 strikeouts. He's not had a real easy time of it, but he's held the Red Sox just that single run on that first inning home run by Dustin Pedroia. Josh Beckett, on the other hand, just 2 hits, a walk and 4 strikeouts over his 4 innings. He's been vintage Josh Beckett.
David Hernandez will go back to work here in the 5th inning, and he drops that breaking ball in. Martinez has struck out and grounded out. Victor Martinez arriving from Cleveland in the deal, sending Justin Masterson, Brian Price, and a left-handed pitcher the other way. That pitch will be taken, 1-1.
Victor Martinez was very emotional when he said his goodbyes in Cleveland. It was his organization. He grew up there. He became a Major League All-Star there, and it was a difficult farewell for him. And then he walked into the Red Sox clubhouse and saw all the All-Stars and the world champs in the clubhouse and felt very much at home.
And checked the standings and said, game and a half out as opposed to 11. And that one is popped up to short. Liz Torres. Martinez is retired. Talked about the young pitchers and the growth. Take a look at a couple of interesting numbers for 2 of the Orioles youngsters. For David Hernandez, since June 28, when he arrived, 2.87 ERA is the 11th lowest in the league. And right ahead of him, Brad Bergeson, a 2.72. That is the 10th lowest since that June 28 date when they came up and started pitching. So they've made an impact immediately and put up solid numbers. How long Brad Bergeson is going to be out, nobody knows after that line shot he took.
Well, those two ERAs are pretty impressive when you think about hitters in the middle of the summer.
That one is deep to left center field. Nolan Reimold warning track wall, and goodbye, home run. Kevin Youkilis has hit another one. His 19th. One last night and one tonight.
Now, this ball doesn't go out by a long way, but it's out nonetheless. Second solo home run tonight for the Red Sox, and Youkilis hits one right on top of the fence in left field. Nolan Reimold gets over there and didn't have a chance to gather himself and make a jump for it. It was hitting the perfect spot right on top of the fence in left center.
Well, the Red Sox continue to use the long ball. 3 last night, 2 so far tonight, Pedroia and Youkilis. Big Papi swings and misses. Ortiz, he is flied out and grounded out. Ortiz had 1 home run in his first 191 at-bats this year. Since then, he has had 14 home runs in his last 151 at-bats. That is the most by an American League player in those 46 games. That's the turnaround he's had this season. 1-1 delivery to him is taken down low for a ball.
Yeah, it was a real struggle for David Ortiz early in the year, and he just had a tough time. He worked hard with Dave Maggott and the hitting coach trying to figure out the trigger that would get him going. Got his foot down a little quicker. His hands are coming through much better.
Down to first. That is a fair ball. Going into the corner, Nick Markakis going to second base. Ortiz, here's the throw. Not in time. Ortiz with a 1-for-3 in the ballgame.
Hot shot ball out over the plate, and take a look at the extension right down the first base line, and Aubrey Huff comes over. There's the reaction. The ball goes right over the corner of the bag. It's a fair ball. The umpire in perfect position, Hunter Wentelstedt, to make the call, and that's going to be the end of the night for David Hernandez.
So Hernandez works only 4 1/3 innings, giving up the 7 hits, including a couple of home runs, and the Oriole bullpen will have to take over now, as obviously the
He's been much more effective as a reliever than he was as a starter, and has become a very important guy. Bullpen has been great. Last 13 games, a 2.41 ERA.
Hendrickson is now working in his 4th game against the Red Sox this year. They've hit him hard, getting 6 runs on 11 hits in 8 2/3 innings. His ERA against Boston this season 6.23. Runner on at second base, David Ortiz. 7 hits in the ball game now for the Red Sox. Jason Bay has walked and singled in the game. And again, as happened in the ball game last night, those hits piling up. Boston got 11 hits last night. That's going to be foul back. The Red Sox started after the All-Star break slowly offensively, but it has been anything but that of late. They have had 10 or more hits in each of their last 2 and 5 of their last 8 ball games. 0-2 count. Ortiz off second base. Jason Bay down to third. Melvin Moore holds the runner and gets the out. Bay retired, 1 down.
Well, good pitch right inside. Really tied up Jason Bay with 2 strikes. All he could do was pull it toward the third baseman. Hendrickson's command of the inside corner to right-handers has been exceptional, both with his fastball and his breaking ball.
Veritek has hit better from this side of the plate for average. 253 off the lefties, 229 off right-handers. He has been called out on strikes, hit into a double play, 0 for 5 in the 2 games. Mark Hendrickson trying to find the final out and hold Ortiz at second. And that will miss away, ball 1. Veritek is 4 for 20 with 1 home run lifetime off the Orioles left-hander. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Veritek. Off-speed breaking ball and a good one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sox 2-7-0. The Orioles 0-2-0. Pedroia and Youkilis have had the home runs, accounting for the runs. The Orioles have only had singles off Beckett, 2 of them, 1 by Scott and 1 by Wieters. 1-1 delivery. Veritek takes it, and it is down low. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles have now given up 129 home runs as a team. That is the highest number in the American League. The Red Sox have certainly been a part of that, as they've had 15 homers against the Orioles in this, the 12th game between the 2 teams.
Now, Dave Tremblay addressed it at the top of the hour, top of the show tonight, talking about the veterans in this lineup, how they make adjustments, and they made some pretty effective adjustments tonight against David Hernandez.
2-2.
The most noticeable was the fact they didn't chase a lot of high fastballs, and that's where he was most effective against them last Sunday at Fenway Park. Plus, he wasn't as sharp as he was, obviously. He didn't have his breaking ball early and never really got into the flow of things with his changeup.
How many fly balls was it in the last game, David?
17.
17, right?
17 fly ball outs.
There were two tonight.
Yeah.
2 ball, 2 strike count. And Veritek, that one's got to go all the way to the backstop. Ortiz will move over to third base. It's a wild pitch. Charge to Hendrickson.
That's a wild pitch, but this is one of those that should be caught. You can see he got crossed up. He got his glove in between. Didn't know whether to go palm up, palm down, and he was just late getting it over there. And certainly that's one that Matt Wieters will take. I don't know why he got crossed up, but he was in between as to how he was going to catch it. And the ball went right past him. It was never in the dirt.
First wild pitch Hendrickson's been charged with. They're going to make that a pass ball, and that's fair.
Yeah.
3-2 delivery, and that's down low, and Veritek is on with a walk. First and third now with 2 down. A run in on the Youkilis home run here in the inning. And Josh Reddick in his first major league start. He got his first major league hit. A double his first time up, 1 for 2 in the ball game. He did get an at-bat in the ball game last night, grounding out in his first ever major league at-bat. Reddick will take the breaking ball. It is in there for a strike.
The Red Sox took him to spring training this year. He actually hit .420 in spring training. And they thought so much of him, they took him up to Citi Field for the exhibition series against the Mets right before the regular season began.
He has put up fine offensive numbers in limited time in the minors, but one of those guys hitting so well, it's going to be kind of hard to keep him down there.
He's got some pop. Hit 13 home runs so far this year in Double-A Portland.
0-2 count on him. Reddick will take it inside for a ball. 1-2. Only 22 years old. Said to have a very fine arm. In fact, he was voted as the best outfield arm in the entire Red Sox system coming into this year. Breaking ball is taken outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mark Hendrickson with 2 down. On for Hernandez. Varitek got the walk at first with Ortiz over there after a double at third.
You see Varitek holds those gloves in his hand, and there's a reason for that. The reason you hold those gloves in your hand is so you won't put your hands on the ground if you should have to slide and risk injuring your thumb. It used to be the old days they would pick up 2 handfuls of dirt. But a lot of guys, and certainly this is one of the old throwback kind of players, holds those gloves in his hands so he won't expose his hands to injury.
3-2 delivery and a breaking ball, and he walked him. Hendrickson thought he had one, asking where it was. So after getting an out, he has walked 2 and loaded the bases. Lowry coming up, the number 9 hitter, has walked and struck out in the ball game.
Now the Red Sox have had base runners on all night long. They stranded the bases loaded into second against Hernandez, and now look at the numbers with Lowry hitting it, bases loaded.
Bases loaded, 2 down. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Lowry facing Hendrickson for the first time. Obviously a very big at bat. 222 off left-handers, only 9 chances, 2 for 9, and one of those a home run. Runners off with their leads, and it's fouled back. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Lowry.
Lowry went through wrist surgery. He is just getting his timing down here in the big leagues, and it's been a disappointing season for him because of the injury, but now he's trying to get his timing down. He and Nick Green are sharing the shortstop duties. Since Lowry came back, they moved Lugo to the Cardinals.
1-2 delivery on the way to him. Popped him up. First base, foul territory. Aubrey Huff. Hendrickson able to work his way out of that one. But a Youkilis home run adds a run, and the Red Sox extend their lead to 2-0.
He took off his shin on Thursday. He is on the 15-day disabled list. Brad says the good news is an MRI confirms the good news about a negative X-ray. No hairline fracture, but he continues to feel the pain. He won't be throwing anytime soon. Tells me his greatest fear is putting any weight on that injured foot, on injured leg when throwing. He can do some arm exercises in the interim, but he won't be throwing anytime soon. And for the first time in his big league career, he sat on his couch at home and watched his teammates playing, and as much as he enjoyed the broadcast by Gary and Buck, he'd rather be playing. Gary and Buck, back to you.
If we ever get to the point where they feel otherwise, then they're in deep trouble. Here's the injury.
Now, 7th inning in his last start, Billy Butler, comebacker, hit him flush on the left leg, and Wieters was able to make the play. Look at the determination. That ball smoked him right below his knee, right on the shin. And Wieters made the play, and then Bergeson hobbled off, hopped into the dugout, and fortunately it is as good as could be expected. You couldn't hope for a better outcome after getting hit like that. And we've talked about it before. Roy Halladay, great pitcher in Toronto, suffered a similar injury, and his leg was actually fractured at that point.
Melvin Mora down to third base. Euclid. Mora is retired. He has grounded out to third twice as the Orioles are getting nothing off Josh Beckett. He has walked 1 and struck out 4. And part of the decision on who pitches Tuesday in place of Bergeson is about how long Bergeson will be out. It certainly looks like it's going to be more than 1 start. And if it is, then do you want to bring up, you're going to go and bring up one of those young pitchers who's going to be here to stay? And if you bring up a young pitcher who's going to be here to stay, who gets moved? All that's part of the discussion that's been going on intensely since the injury occurred.
Yeah, Dave Tremblay's had conversation with Andy MacPhail. MacPhail's talked to the minor leagues. Everybody's giving their input, and as Dave said very succinctly, Andy MacPhail will make the ultimate decision given the advice he receives from all of his lieutenants. But there are a lot more things that go into it just than a pitcher's performance. You have contract situations. You have roster situations. Do you have a guy on your roster you can utilize? Do you want to use Mark Hendrickson out of your bullpen? I say a flat no to that. He's been so good, and he's only left-hander now. So I think he's out of the equation.
Brian Bass was the other name that Dave Tremblay put up today as a 65 to 70 pitch starter if you went that route.
Yeah, that's an option because you have Chris Ray and Cam Michelayo back in your bullpen, so you have a little more depth down there if they decide to give the start to Bass. But I don't think anybody has come to a decision just yet.
1-2 delivery on the way.
Also, Chris Waters' name has come up. He has started here in the past. He's in AAA, but I think you look at a lot of different things as a general manager. The long-term impact about arbitration, the timing starting, the clock ticking, if you will, and whether or not the roster spot. Brian Mattis is on the 40-man roster, so that wouldn't be a concern with him.
2-2 delivery. Matt Wieters waiting. Looking in was Beckett. He thought he had him and didn't, and the count goes full. Wieters, one of the hits, a single that came in the 3rd inning, the leadoff single. The other came by Scott, a 2-out single. Marquez, the only other base runner, a walk leading off the 4th inning. 3 stranded, nobody to second base. And Wieters is gone and didn't get a good cut. Beckett gets his 5th strikeout. There are 2 down.
Josh Beckett can make you look funny. Right here, he throws him a changeup, and look at the swing. That ball was out over the plate. Watch where Wieters is. His balance is gone. Just a very feeble wave at that pitch outside. He knew it was a strike, but not much he could do about it.
Josh Beckett is dealing. There are 2 down. He's thrown 72 pitches. We are in the 5th inning with 2 away. David Hernandez threw 104 pitches in 4 1/3 innings. One of the reasons he came out of there. 2 runs, 7 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 4 in his shortest outing. 1-0 delivery on the way to his Taurus, and he'll punch that one foul down the line. Sturris had a fielder's choice. His first time up. Beckett has games in which he has thrown a 2-hitter, another 1-hitter, not complete games. He had a 1-hit 6-inning performance against the Yankees. That one in the air to right center field, hit pretty good, and that is going to fall in. is Torres taking a look. It's in front of him. He's thinking about 3. He's on his way to third, and it will be a stand-up triple.
A 2-out triple, and Josh Reddick in the outfield picked up the ball and bobbled it, and Cesar Torres smokes this inside fastball, splits the outfielders up against the wall. Now watch this ball as it bounced to Reddick. He bobbled the ball, and while he bobbled that, Cesar Torres was looking right at it. Here he knows the ball is going to split the outfielders, and as he keeps his eye on the plate, there he can see the bobble, and that's when he decided to go to third. He never hesitated. You give him a triple because he was running full speed. And he really did a pretty good job of keeping his eye on the play and allowed him to move into third.
So the Orioles get their first extra base hit, their first runner into scoring position. Brian Roberts has grounded out and flied out. Orioles get a chance for a run with 2 down. And Roberts down to first base. That is a foul ball. Real close to going over the bag, but right on top of it, Hunter Wendelstedt. Brian, a 287 for the month of July that's gone by. Looking for an RBI and a big one. The 0-1 will be up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Roberts. Brian 10 for 35 off Beckett with a homer. 1-1 delivery to him, right straight back. 1-2. Brian's hitting .306 with runners in scoring position. Aubrey Huff's got an average over 300 on the year. Adam Jones leading the Orioles in that department. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fights him off in a foul ball.
Down and away with that 2-seam fastball, and this is when you really just got to think about putting the ball in play. You can't sit on a particular area of the strike zone because Beckett can throw it all over the place. We'll go back door with a breaking ball, go front door with the 2-seamer, throw you a changeup, but right here you would expect he would stay with the fastball. Now you just got to decide what side of the plate he's going to throw it.
1-2 delivery. Roberts in the air to left field. Going back on it, Jason Bay with room, and he's got it. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on at third. It remains Red Sox 2 and the Orioles nothing. Field Club picnic perch. One all-inclusive low price gets you the left club field seat. All you can eat hot dogs, nachos, salads, peanuts, popcorn, sodas, ice cream, and more. It's great for group outings, hungry families, a new twist on a day at the yard, and the ticket is all-inclusive. Left Field Club picnic perch, perfect for any budget. 888-848-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com. Folks literally hanging in. 2-0 lead. Mark Hendrickson. The bunt is foul back. Jacoby Ellsbury has single walked and lined out in the ball game. With that tremendous speed that he has, he will try and bunt for a base hit if given a chance. He has 4 bunt hits so far this season and 22 infield hits. That is in there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2.
Well, obviously, in a 2-run ball game, his job is to get on base here to set up the inning, and he's done a very good job of it. He has been on base twice again tonight.
0-2 delivery to him. He's going to be on again. Base hit into center field. So Ellsbury gets a leadoff single, 2 singles and a walk, and 4 times up. That's 8 hits in the ball game now for the Red Sox. Hendrickson surrenders his first hit.
That's still breaking ball. He just kind of served it into center, hitting with 2 strikes, and he is red hot right now. Staying back, not out on that front foot at all, just trusting his hands that he can get to the ball.
Pedroia is 3 for 4 off Hendrickson, a career number. And he's bunting, and that's going to be a tough play for Melvin Mora. And he got him! A beautiful bunt laid down by Pedroia, but a better play made by Mora. It'll be a sacrifice, but it could have been a base hit.
Well, what a good play by Melvin Mora. He is deep at third base. A good bunt by Pedroia. Mora with the barehanded grab, throw all in one motion. Good stretch by Aubrey Huff. What a good play by Mora, right on the money to Huff, and they get Pedroia by about a half a step. Good stretch by Aubrey to go get that ball.
Now a runner at second base and 1 down. Pedroia credited with his second sacrifice of the year. Ellsbury will have to be watched by Brian Roberts with the switch hitting Martinez up. 0 for 3. A strikeout, popped out, and grounded out. Victor Martinez, first game as a Red Sox, RBI chance. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball.
You can see Brian Roberts trying to help out Mark Hendrickson with the base runner at second, Ellsbury. Trying to shorten him up so he doesn't get a big lead. He's very good at stealing third base.
Roberts the best at stealing third. And Ellsbury trying to gain on Brian's numbers. 1-0 count. Martinez, the breaking ball for a strike. Against lefties, 246 with the Indians, 300 against right-handers for Martinez. Red Sox add a potent bat to the middle of the lineup as a result of the deal.
Got it. Oh, throw down. They had him. Roberts called for the ball, but the throw was up. If it's down on the base, they got a pretty good shot at it. Watch the extension of the second baseman. He flows his hand out there. Give me the ball, but it's too high.
Had Ellsbury leaning. May not have been going, but he was leaning. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Now he's running. Pitch, throw down by Wieters. Steals third.
Now Dave Trimble is going to come out and argue that they got him. A strong throw by Matt Wieters. Moore put tag on him, but Ellsbury with a very hard slide right on the money, and the tag not in time. He had his hand in there before the ball gets there. This will show you the hand, the extension. He's on the base before the tag.
And he stayed there. Ryan Knight, third base umpire.
And if you don't think stealing a base is a violent act, that last slide gives you a good idea of that. Tremblay pleading his case with the umpire.
They have a little contact problem.
I don't know if that. He just got a face full of dirt. Again, take a look at the action at third base. There's the hand on the base, and they tag by Moore. Watch the base, how it gives the anchor so he can hold on. He's got so much momentum going. There's always the threat of sliding over the top of the base.
So he has tied Carl Crawford for the stolen base lead, not only in the league but in the majors, at 48, as both of them are well ahead of everybody else. Now the infield has to be drawn in. That's how important that stolen base was. With only one away, Martinez a 1-2 count. And a breaking ball in the air to left field. Reimold's going to play it on a hop. And it will be an RBI single. Martinez, his first RBI for the Red Sox. And a 3-0 Boston lead.
Now that steal is huge. That's a base hit right at the left fielder. And if Ellsbury's at second, he probably doesn't score. But Reimold has to play it on the hop. Victor Martinez picks up his first RBI as Ellsbury jogs home with the third Sox run.
And Kevin Youkilis. What a series he's having again against the Orioles. Youkilis, his 19th home run, his last time up, a solo homer. He has singled and walked in the ball game. He now has 5 hits and 6 at bats in these 2 games. 13 RBIs against the Orioles. 0-1 delivery that is fouled away. The 9th stolen base of the season at third for Ellsbury. 9 steals at third sets up the run. Let's see whether or not the inning plays out that the steal in fact created the RBI opportunity. Youkilis, a Gold Glover, who can move from first to third, and you don't miss a beat at either position. Mike Lowell out of the ball game tonight. 0-2 delivery, fouls it away. Stays at 2 strikes. Dustin Pedroia explaining the game to his manager. If anybody can, Pedroia can. 0-2. In the dirt. Wieters blocks it. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Youkilis is 3 for 13 off Hendrickson. One of the hits, a home run. Home run by Youkilis in this game is the 5th career home run he's hit in this ballpark. And he gets a base hit into right field. Markakis will hustle it back in. A 3-hit ball game for Kevin Youkilis.
Well, he is such a complete hitter. He's got the power to knock it out of the ballpark to left field. He stays on pitches away and drives them into right field. He's got a great eye. He takes his walks. He is truly a complete hitter.
And that is hit number 10 for the Red Sox. Kevin Youkilis has his 8th 3-hit ball game. Now David Ortiz. Wieters out to meet with Hendrickson. Ortiz 239 off lefties, 227 off right-handers, 4 home runs off lefties. He's delivered a double that came in the 5th inning, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Key moment in the ball game. 3-0 lead, but there are 2 on and only 1 away. And Ortiz waiting. And a ground ball to second base. Brian Roberts almost handcuffed. There's 1 and can't turn 2.
Yeah, you would expect this would be a double play ball. They hit it right at the second baseman, Brian Roberts, but there was a little bit of a bobble initially. Right here as he picks it up. You could see it kind of pinned it against his chest, and that kept him from getting the ball to his tourist in a timely fashion.
The little things that make such a difference, and that's going to be it for Hendrickson. Baldelli announced as the pinch hitter for Bay. And Chris Ray, just added to the roster again yesterday, will come on with runners at first and third, 2 down. Red Sox leading at 3-0. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Chris Ray coming out of the bullpen. He has not pitched in the majors since May 27 against Toronto.
Still trying to come back from the effects of that Tommy John surgery that forced him to miss all of last season, and says he feels much better. This is the best he's felt this year, and now he's got confidence that it's just a matter of executing his pitches. The pitch grip, the two-seam fastball, that's his bread and butter, a pitch that he always has a lot of confidence in. This one will be a little bit harder, much straighter, not as much movement with the four-seam, but the slider has been a problem for him. He hasn't been able to locate it down in the zone, and he throws a split finger off-speed pitch.
Down to first, and another fair ball. Baldelli pinch hitting will drive in one. Youkilis on his way to third, or Ortiz rather. It is going to be a double. The first pitch thrown by Ray is driven into the corner. Martinez scores. Ortiz goes to third. Baldelli with a pinch hit.
Now this may have hit the bag. It looked like it took a very funny hop over Aubrey Huff's glove. By the time Markakis gets it back in, Baldelli has an RBI double, and Ortiz ends up at third.
Boy, the Red Sox, I mean, this is a grind-it-out game, and that's what they're doing. They now have 4 runs on 11 hits. The double by Baldelli as a pinch hitter. And Ray's pitch will be taken for a strike by Varitek. Varitek has hit into a double play, struck out and walked. So a rough first pitch greeting for Chris Ray. Ray making his 24th appearance of the year with the O's. And that is a strike on the inside corner. Red Sox have already stranded 10 in the game. Orioles have left only 4, and it wasn't until the last inning for the Orioles that they got somebody into scoring position. There are 2 in scoring position here with 2 down. Very close pitch. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The largest crowd of the season on hand for this ball game, and the second sellout, the other one opening day. 49,384. 49,384 the announced attendance. Here's the 1-2 delivery and a ground ball towards second base. Brian Roberts will make the play over to first, but 2 more runs are added. Then on 3 hits with 2 left on, a 4-0 Red Sox lead. Most refreshing beer.
Jacoby Ellsbury gets a lead and breaks for third base. The tag is a little bit late, but watch freeze cam. Boom, hands on the bag, glove in the face, but too late. Ellsbury steals it and would come around to score on a base hit by Victor Martinez.
Having what maybe in some sense a breakout year for a player highly touted anyway, but this season just getting it all done at the plate and at the top of the order for the Red Sox.
Man, it's really interesting how much he has blossomed since they have moved Coco Crisp off the team. I think he felt like he was always in competition with Coco Crisp and maybe put a little bit too much pressure on himself. And once that job was his, he has really taken on.
Yep. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Meanwhile, Beckett's cruising. Valdelli stays in the ball game, playing in right field, and Josh Reddick moves over to left field with Bay coming out of the game. Ground ball knocked down. Martinez, the race to the bag, and he's safe. Adam Jones beats it out before Beckett could get there.
Now, it looked like Beckett had a little bit of a hesitation off the mound, and Victor Martinez knocked it down. Right here, you can see him feeding him the ball. There's the foot brace, and it looked like Beckett was going to tag him. Like he lost his focus. He turned and looked at the base runner before. Look at, yeah, Beckett was standing on the mound. He cost himself a base hit. And he knew he had messed up because he was going to reach out and tag him. Watch him look right here. I'm going to tag him, but it's too late. But he cost himself because he stood for a split second on the mound and watched the play unfold. And by the time it sunk in, he was late.
Well, let's see if the Orioles can take advantage of it. Beckett took the slow walk back to the mound to catch his breath. Now Nick Markakis, he has drawn a walk and grounded out. Orioles had the leadoff man twice now. Actually 3 times with a walk and 2 singles, but have not been able to create innings. Jones gets back. We understand Jason Bay came out of the game. High hamstring, a right hamstring cramps, whatever. They all take you out of a game. They got cramps in the hamstring. That's the technical medical term, cranks. Oh, we won't use that. Nick Markakis.
Yeah, that always happens hot and humid night, Gary.
I don't know, hot humid nights I get cranked. Real cranky. 1-0 count. Jones at first. Marquez will take the slider in the inside corner. Nick kind of turned around to argue the call with Jeff Kellogg before the ball was even in the glove. Like he just had a feeling that was going to be a called strike, and he didn't think it was. 1-1. That's going to be a base hit. Marquez got a pitch away, and that's where he took it. Jones to second, 2 on and nobody out.
Well, you've got to be flexible when you're hitting against Beckett. And we'll take a look at this center field, right field combo, how they rank in the major leagues. Batting average, 294. That's good for third. Slugging percentage, third. Home runs tied for seventh. RBIs, 135. That's the second most in the big leagues for a center fielder, right fielder combination. And they've also scored 132. The complete package you get with Marquez and Jones. And today, Adam Jones, just 24 years old. This is his birthday.
Nobody out. Aubrey Huff. Orioles now with 5 hits. Pitch will miss inside for a ball. Aubrey has struck out and flied out. Comes in with a 3-game hit streak. And a lot of at-bats now against Beckett. He is 10 for 37 with a home run. O's down 4-0, but with a chance here in the bottom of the 6th to have an inning. 1-0 again. That will miss inside. 2-0 count.
Remember, Josh Beckett has allowed but 10 home runs all year long. For starters with 20 or more starts, Greinke leads the pack with 6. Dallas Braden has allowed 9, and then Beckett, Hernandez, and Cliff Lee have all given up 10 each. Pretty stingy.
Very. 2-0 count. Huff should get one to hit here. And he does. Center field. Just missed. Ellsbury back. Jones will tag. He'll go to third. Marquez has got to stay as the relay throw gets in. So 1 down, runners at first and third. Visit Orioles.com now to register for the season's final Orioles baseball summer camp. It's August 10th through the 13th. It'll be at Park School in Baltimore for boys and girls ages 7 to 16. 4-day program. Giveaways, free Orioles tickets, current, former Oriole players on hand. Campers also will get a chance later to play here at Oriole Park. Details at Orioles.com. Nolan Reimold, first and third. 2 strikeouts for him. 2 of the 5 by Beckett.
Wow.
Strike 1.
He buries that fastball right in on his hands. Both strikeouts have come with breaking ball. They have thrown the breaking ball away from Reimold, and he has gone down swinging both at bats. And then they start him off with that 2-seam fastball right in on his fist.
Runners off first and third in the 0-1 delivery. Nolan Reimold is hitting .364 with runners in scoring position, but he has not had enough at-bats to qualify for that runner in scoring position lead. If he were, he would be in the top 10. He'd be right behind Dustin Pedroia, in fact, for 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike count on him. And that one to second base. Pedroia, Lowry, relay, double play. Beckett, first 2 on, does not give up a run. And it remains a 4-0 Red Sox lead. 5-0 for the Orioles. 12 left on by Boston, 5 by the O's. First pitch is going to be fouled off. Josh Reddick, a double, a walk, and a strikeout in the ball game. Lowry and then Ellsbury to follow, as the Red Sox are trying to win their third ball game in a row and pull within a half a game of the Yankees, while the Orioles here on this homestand, which will finish up tomorrow, trying to come away with a victory and give themselves a chance to have a series win against Boston. 0-2 delivery of fastball. It's going to be taken up high. The Red Sox have won 12 of the last 14 games against the O's and have won 8 straight series. That was right in on the top hand by Chris Ray, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Well, Chris Ray picked up a big out to end the 6th inning after he gave up the double to Rocco Baldelli. Then he got the big ground out of Jason Varitek to strand a couple more base runners.
And that is a base hit going into the corner. He's got pretty good speed too. He's down at second base with a stand-up double. Reddick's got 2 doubles in the ball game.
And that was a ringing double. He gets an inside fastball and turns on it, and he's got some good speed. Ball goes down into the corner. Markakis digs it out, and he reminds you a little bit of their center fielder, a slashing hitter with good speed.
Guys who wear 68 aren't supposed to be able to do that. Reddick on at second, the 12th hit. Ray's pitch is taken for a strike by Lowry. It was walked, struck out, and popped out. It'll be interesting to see if Reddick gets to stay, number one, and two, if he does, if all that happened on the trade deadline that gave him a chance to come up proves to be his big break at the major league level. Not that they weren't expecting him and aren't expecting him to be a major league player, but it would be interesting if in fact it all happened kind of fortuitously, because they ran out of players on the trade deadline when 2 of the guys in the clubhouse, one of whom was in the lineup, ended up being traded just hours before game time. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Maybe some room. Can anybody get there? Melvin Moore? No, he was closest.
Yeah, you make a good point about Reddick, how he has obviously taken advantage of this opportunity. It's a 17th round draft pick, 2007. So it's not like he's some top-notch draft pick that's just skyrocketed through the organization. But they did see him extensively in the spring. He hit .423 with the Red Sox in spring training, and he's hit 13 home runs in AA this summer.
Jed Lowry with an 0-2 count. Hit hard to second. Brian Roberts. It does move the runner over with one away.
Tomorrow's pitching matchup, a couple young pitchers, Clay Buchholz, who has a no-hitter to his credit against this Oriole ball club. 3 starts, 1-1 for the season. His name was tossed around just about every which way in trade talks because he is such an interesting young pitcher. Very talented. Jason Birkin bounced back last time out through a pretty good game. Ended up with a no decision, making his 13th start of the season.
Infield in on Ellsbury. O's extra tomorrow. Tom Davis, Rick Dempsey. That'll come on at 1 o'clock. Ball game at 1:30. Runner at third. Orioles trying to hold it at a 4-0 ball game in the top of the 7th inning. Ellsbury just trying to shoot one through, fouls it off. He's already had 2 hits in the ball game, 2 singles, a run scored, a stolen base, and a walk. He was also lined out to short. Ellsbury hitting at .305. Good speed at third base if there is a ground ball, and there is. The runner's not going. Aubrey Huff will go to the bag, so they've made the decision not to go on contact, and they're at 2 down.
Yeah, it's hard to go on contact in this situation. You've got a lead, and you've got 2 of the best run producers in the order. Coming up next, Cam Michelio, who was just called up from the minor leagues for a second time this year, begins to loosen up.
Pedroia, a home run in the first inning, is sixth. He is 1 for 3 and also has a sacrifice in the ball game. And the slider is a strike on the outside corner. Pedroia 374 with runners in scoring position, the 5th best in the American League. He has Reddick on at third base. 0-1 delivered. Grounded to short is Torres. And Ray works his way out of it. No runs despite the leadoff double. 7th inning stretch time. It is 4-0 Sox.
In the same inning, but he's not going to give up too many runs. He just has that knack for pitching so effectively when he's got runners on base.
So the Oriole bullpen now, again, it is their job to try and hold this where it is and see if the bats can get going. Unfortunately for the O's, doesn't do a lot of good at this point in the game to get to the Red Sox bullpen.
No, when you get to that part of the bullpen, you're really dealing with a tough part of the bullpen. They've got Sider down there pitching the 8th. Okajima was great again last night. He doesn't care if you're left-handed or right-handed. He's equally effective against both. And then, of course, you got the big guy, Jonathan Papelbon. He had a 3-up, 3-down 9th inning last night, so he should be available again tonight.
All right, we'll see whether or not the O's bats can get it going here, as they've had their problems tonight against Beckett, who has really toughened up anytime the Orioles have gotten somebody on base. That one's going to be ripped foul. Luke Scott turning on that one. Scott has singled and grounded out. Luke with a 276 on the season. Bottom half of the 7th. This big crowd of 49,300 plus on hand watching game 2 of the series, which the Red Sox are trying to assure themselves will be a winning 3-game set if they get this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and that's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch to Scott. Check swing. The count will go to 2-1. Tampa Bay's won again over Kansas City 7-1. Tampa Bay almost to a point where they're thinking more about the wild card than the division. They're never going to say that, but they've got to put some wins together. Stay with the Red Sox and Yankees. And the 2-1 delivery. Luke Scott, slow roller foul. Two and 2 on Scott. Beckett in his first outing against the Orioles back in April, he went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. And then his outing on July 1, He gave up 5 runs on 6 hits over 7 innings. It's a game the Sox got 4 runs in the 9th and went on to get the win in the 11th inning. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way, and that one will be fouled away by Scott. Orioles' only extra base hit, the triple by Asturias, came with 2 down in the 5th. And the Orioles have stranded just 2 in scoring position, 2 of the 5. Three-two delivery. Euclid coming over, and will have no room.
Well, you can see at this point of the ball game, Josh Beckett still has plenty left in his tank. 96 miles an hour on that last pitch. He still hasn't thrown 100 pitches. That is 98 for the night into the 7th inning. There's Hideki Okajima. We talked about the back end of their bullpen, how effective it is.
He's thrown as many Beckett has as 120 pitches in a ball game. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery, and that is up high. So the Orioles get a leadoff walk again.
Well, they haven't been able to cash in on these leadoff walks. Let's take a look at the sequence of pitches from Josh Beckett. First pitch, breaking ball, fouled out of play. Comes back inside, misses with a fastball. Again, a wave, missed with a fastball. A foul, 2-2. Well out of the zone. Foul ball on the 2-seamer, and then another foul ball. Look at all the strikes he's throwing, but finally misses with a high fastball for ball 4.
4 of the 7 innings, the Orioles have been able to get the leadoff man on against Beckett, who came into the game retiring 77% of leadoff hitters. Morris showed bunt. He will take strike. He has grounded out twice to third base. Melvin has really struggled against the Red Sox this year. He's only had a couple of hits in 18 at-bats against Red Sox pitching. The 0-1 delivery, and that's going to be another one. That'll fall in for a base hit. Scott will stop at second. Ellsbury up. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the O's get the first 2 base runners on.
And again, Gary, you talked about it earlier. How Beckett will give up a batting average around 300 with nobody on, but after that, it drops off the table. He gets tougher and tougher as he needs to. He's one of those guys that just wants to pitch ahead, so he'll throw you a lot of strikes, and if you get a hit, put it in play, that's fine. But then he really buckles down. He has been able to pick up 1 double play here. That ended the 6th inning when he got Nolan Reimel to double into a 4-6-3 double play.
Matt Wieters has singled and struck out. Wieters to be followed by Asturias. Though Matt with the RBI chance. The Orioles get on the board here. They've got plenty of at-bats left in a 4-0 ball game to get right back into it, and that is foul. Oh, 1 count on Wieters. Matt has had 3 hits now in 6 at-bats in the 2 games. He has continued his 6th streak to a career high 9 with a base hit he got in this ball game. 0-1 delivery to him. Wieters fouls it off. These are the RBI chances where in the month of July the O's just couldn't find enough of the hits. The Orioles are still, as a team, 2nd in the league, hitting .295 with runners in scoring position. That dropped off a lot of points in July. 0-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball to short. Lowry up. Pedroia 1. Relay to first, and another double play.
Well, he's got such great location with his fastball. He threw that down and away 2-seamer, and all Wieters could do was hit it hard on the ground. Lowry, Pedroia, Martinez. Second double play in as many innings, and it's a textbook double play.
So again, after the first two get on, Beckett gets two down, and a runner at third base, and it's Torres. The triple and a fielder's choice in the ball game. As Torres fouled that one off his foot or leg.
You walk around the clubhouse, there are so many of the Orioles that have ice bags on their ankles and knees, and you get these foul tips, balls inside, hit down on top of your ankle, top of your foot. And there's a fastball. It looked like it hit just inside the instep of that right foot. The ball is down and in. Just get a piece of the top of it, maybe on top of his toe. This time of year, all those bumps and bruises take a toll. They just kind of build up over the course of the summer.
Luke Scott's on to third base with two down. This time of year they become bruises on bruises. The 0-1 delivery on the way to his Torres, a floater way outside that slipped on Beckett, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Red Sox trying to go 10-2 against the Orioles and improve their road record to 1 over 500 if they can get the win. One ball, 1 strike count. And that will be caught. And that will do it in the inning. As Pedroia put that one away, despite 2 more getting on to start the inning, the O's do not score. 4-0 Red Sox. August 16, you can join Nick Markakis and his wife Christina for the Right Side Foundation's inaugural 5K run and 1 mile fun walk. It's going to be at Patterson Park in Baltimore at 6 o'clock. There'll be prizes, family fun activities. Nick's going to be there. First 500 to register receive a free race shirt. You can register at rightsidefoundation.org or call 410-308-1870. That'll be coming up on August 16th. Cam Michelayo out of the bullpen, 4th pitcher used by the O's tonight.
Michelayo just added to the roster yesterday, and he is back in the big league 2nd time this year. Chris Ray came on, pitched an inning and a 3rd, gave up a first batter double to Rocco Baldelli and then a double to Josh Reddick, but was not charged with the run.
2 runs charged to Mark Hendrickson on 3 hits in an inning and a 3rd. 2 runs charged on 7 hits to David Hernandez, the starter, in 4 and a 3rd, who remains the pitcher of record for the Orioles. fourth major league appearance this year for Micolayo. He's only worked 3 2/3 innings, no runs and a hit. Micolayo worked on the 17th of July against the White Sox in his last outing, and then came back up, as Buck said, from Norfolk. He was here July 6th through the 21st in that appearance. Micolayo's another one of the Bedard players in the Bedard deal with Seattle. 3-0 delivery on the way, and gets a strike called. Victor Martinez, an RBI single his last time up, and he scored. He's 1 for 4 as he makes his debut for the Red Sox at first base. At him ball, and I mean right at him. Marquez has it. 1 down.
Yeah, Nick didn't have to move much. That ball was hit right on the line, right to him. Victor Martinez in his first game in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see where he plays tomorrow. It'd be difficult to keep his bat out of the lineup.
Really adds some punch. And a strike taken. Nobody has punched the Orioles harder in this lineup this year than has Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis tonight has got a homer and 2 singles, 19th home run, a solo shot. He's also had 6 hits now in 7 at bats in these 2 games, 6 for 7, and he's also drawn a walk. Breaking ball by Micolayo's in there for a strike. 1-2. Youkilis hitting over 360 against the Orioles this year. 5 home runs and another base hit. A 4-hit ball game for Kevin Youkilis. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight: Beckett, who's got a chances at the win. He's still on the mound. Youkilis, whom we just talked about, and Ellsbury, who's had a 2-hit ball game and a run scored. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 51862. 13 hits tonight, 11 hits in the ball game last night.
That's interesting. This club really went through an extended slump offensively. Everybody was battling extended overs, and all of a sudden the bats have turned around dramatically.
Ortiz has a double. He is 1 for 4 in the ball game. 3 hits, 8 at bats, and a home run in the first 2 games of this 3-game set. Micolayo's 1-0 delivery. Taken down low, and the count goes to 2-0. The Red Sox have now had 10 or more hits in their last 3 games and 6 of their last 9. During that stretch, their batting average over 300 as a team over the last 9 games. And Terry Francona's ball club, over the last couple of years, they have always come out of the All-Star break cold and then have picked it right back up again a couple of weeks back. And they're doing the same thing this year. Ortiz went around, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Micolayo throwing 96 with the fastball. He's got pretty good movement on it as well, and a hard breaking ball.
Two runner at first base. Ortiz down the line, a long run for everybody. Reimold hustling. He had to run a marathon to get over there, and it was out of reach. So it's been for Nolan tonight. Everything's been just out of reach.
Yeah, it has been a couple of different plays. Look how far he has to run. He's into foul territory and never really got a glove on it.
Home run hit to left. It was just out of his reach. Bounced off the top of the wall. That one, because he was shaded the other way, he had to go a mile for it. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ortiz to right, Nick Markakis. Two down. Ortiz retired. Youkilis stays at first. Rocco Baldelli, who stayed in the ball game to play right field after pinch hitting. He delivered an RBI double with that pinch hit that came in the 6th inning. Baldelli as a pinch hitter is 4 for 8 now with 3 pinch hit RBIs. Solid numbers. You don't get a lot of chances in the American League as a pinch hitter. That is in there for a strike. Baldelli, kind of the forgotten member of the Red Sox, overshadowed by all their other stars, and he hasn't played a lot. He's only got 100 at bats. Baldelli has had to fight through what for a long time was an undiagnosable problem that created fatigue. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Your attention, please.
You can see Baldelli never really saw that ball. By the time he bails out, it's much too late. He's just fortunate that it was up and in and not any closer to him.
2-1 delivery on the way, and he went around. That pitch was set up by the inside pitch.
Yeah, it's hard to really go out there and attack an outside slider after you've been low bridge with that heater.
Two, runner not going from first. That will miss outside. So Youkilis at first base will be running here with a 3-ball, 2-strike count and 2 down. And the 3-2 will be fouled back. And try it again.
Gary, you mentioned the score of this game, just 4-0, but it feels like it's a much more lopsided game because of the dominance of Josh Beckett.
3-2 delivery. Got him. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Nicolayo comes on to do a good job. Okajima will be coming on for Beckett. Here's Hideki Okajima. No, Beckett is out of there. He gave up no runs. He was extremely effective.
Okajima last night came in and pitched the 8th inning. He walked a couple of batters, but nothing more. He had a strikeout of Markakis, then walked Aubrey Huff and Ty Wigginton, but completed the inning without further damage. Then he turned it over to Papelbon, who had a 1-2-3 9th inning.
Okajima has worked in 8 games this season against the Orioles. He's given up 4 runs on 5 hits and 4 2/3 innings. Against the Orioles, his lifetime mark is 0-3. So Beckett, no runs, 6 hits over 7, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Beckett looking for his 2nd win against the Orioles this year and his 6th against 2 losses lifetime. Brian Roberts against Okajima, 0 for 3 in the ball game. And a strike taken. The Red Sox in the infield play Brian DePaul as they move Martinez, the first baseman, way off first base. They give Brian the line down there and right. Same thing in the outfield, and the outfield moves in. Here's the 0-1 delivery. 0-2. Any Baez in the bullpen? Orioles have been that 1 hit away, even though they've been out hit 13-6, trail 4-0. Last 2 innings, they've had the first 2 batters on, and then the double play ball just changed the whole complexion of the inning in both the 6th and in the 7th.
Well, Beckett is so good at managing the game. You know, he gives up a walk and a hit to start the 7th inning, and then makes a great pitch to Matt Wieters on a fastball away. Wieters hit it to the shortstop. Every time the Orioles would get something on against Beckett, he would make a couple good pitches and strand those base runners.
Brian Roberts, 2 for 6, lifetime off Okajima. The Red Sox bullpen, a 1.59 ERA since the All-Star break. They lead the majors with a 3.18 ERA overall in the year. Best bullpen number in Major League Baseball. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Roberts again fights it off.
We're talking about Okajima and how deceptive he is, and this looks like a fastball, and it's interesting how he can look away from the target and be so effective. He never really focuses on it, comes through, and his violent head action moves toward the 3rd base foul line. He's always around the plate.
A 1-2 delivery on the way. Off the mask of Veritek. But that's never happened before.
He's pretty well beat up right now. You know, there's a lot of discussion about how they're going to incorporate Victor Martinez and Jason Veritek, 2 all-star catchers, and Victor has been welcomed with open arms in this clubhouse. He's a great teammate, great hitter. They're anxious to have his bat here and see how he can improve the offense. And he and Jason Veritek have pretty good rapport, and Gary Tuck, the catching coach for this Red Sox, has done such a good job with all the catchers, knows Victor Martinez from their days when they were both in the Indians organization. And Gary Tuck, in my estimation, is the best catching instructor in baseball. And it's hard to imagine that he and Jason Veritek work very, very hard every single day. And even though Veritek catches every day, he's down there doing his drills to get ready for a game.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and that one down the line, and that will be a foul ball. Atlanta beat the Dodgers today 4-3. George Sherrill did not appear in the ball game today. He did, however, appear immediately upon arrival in Atlanta for the Dodgers. How many strikeouts he had?
He struck out 3, and he faced 4. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that helps when you just step right into the situation and have an impact right off the bat.
That's good for him. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. There will be at least a 10-pitch at bat here as Roberts fights off Okajima and holds the count at a ball and 2 strikes. I told you Tampa Bay beat Kansas City today. Bruce Chen hasn't won a game yet. He's 0-6 now. Jeff Neiman got the win, 10-5. One ball, 2 strike count. And that is a foul ball.
Quite a battle putting up. Brian Roberts is putting up against Okajima. And once he got the 2 strikes, Okajima made several good pitches on him. He's been able to spoil him. That one looked like an off-speed pitch that he was pulled foul way down the left field line. It will take at least 11 pitches to resolve this at bat.
Yeah, that's what the Orioles want against Okajima. Brian Roberts now, it's about getting on. Jones, Marquez to follow, the top of the order. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And Roberts wins the battle with a base hit. A tremendous at bat by Brian Roberts. And the Orioles again get the leadoff man on. This time the single by Roberts in the 8th.
Oh, what a great at bat. You can see the target on the outside corner. Okajima hits the target, but Brian Roberts is all over it as he drills a single into center field. What a good at bat.
5 of 8 leadoff batters on. Another credit to Beckett. Your chances of scoring runs when you get the leadoff man on, pretty darn good, especially if they come via a walk, and that happened twice against Beckett. The Orioles still don't have anything.
Gary, we mentioned this early in the ball game, and you talked about the Red Sox outscoring their opponents in the first 2 innings. Now it's up to 55 runs, and you just play catch up. And that leadoff, there's 1-out home run by Dustin Pedroia in the first inning. Increased their number to 55 runs. They've outscored their opponents by in the first 2 innings of this season.
Adam Jones. He celebrated his birthday with a 1-for-4 single. He has struck out and grounded out. Roberts on at first base. The Orioles with 7 hits. Ate him up inside with that pitch. 0-2.
Now he throws an overhand curveball. His fastball of 88 miles an hour, but he has a good curveball. And Bard is ready down in the pen. That's Gary Tuck, who also serves as the bullpen coach.
Oh, 2 delivered to Jones. A slow roller. It's going to be a very tough play. Youkilis in, barehands it, nowhere to go. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Orioles have the first 2 on.
Swinging bunt. Kevin Youkilis deep at third base. Wisely chooses not to make a throw. Puts it in his pocket, and Adam Jones will dribble up the third base line, and had the first 2 on in the 6th, first 2 on in the 7th, and now the first 2 on in the 8th.
Nick Markakis against Okajima. Markakis 4 for 15 off him. Can the Orioles find that big hit? 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, as the problem that plagued them in July has continued into the first game in August. 2 on, nobody out. Markakis a single, a walk, and he is grounded out. Rick Porcello is going to be part of that pitching rotation we talked about earlier that Detroit will throw against the Orioles next week. Detroit's playing Cleveland in the 11th inning, 2-2. Porcello went 8 innings, gave up 1 run on 4 hits in the ball game, and is out of there.
Yeah, he had really struggled the last few starts. They gave him a little break, took him out of the rotation just to give him a skipped start, and he's bounced back very well from that.
0-1 delivery on the way. Okajima's outside with it, 1-1.
Tigers also have some news that Nate Robertson and Jeremy Bonneman have both gone on rehab starts, but in different roles. They're going to bring Nate Robertson back as a starter and Bonneman back as a reliever.
They've got it's nice to have those kinds of choices, isn't it?
Yeah, and Bonneman just hasn't been able to rebound since he had that surgery. So they think he might be better suited at this point to work out of the bullpen, and Robertson to take back his former role as a starter.
Tigers had hoped to get Joel Zumaya back, but the decision's now been made. The surgery that they wanted to put off till next year, they can't. So Zumaya is not going to get back and is going to have surgery. 1-1 count. Markakis takes it. Off-speed delivery is in there for a strike, and the count is 1-2. This has been an exhausting game for both sides. There have been a lot of deep pitch counts to hitters right from the beginning. Red Sox have constantly had runners on base every inning of the ball game, and the Orioles last 3 innings getting the first 2 on. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Markakis got jammed and foul tipped and held on to. Wow, the Orioles just cannot find that big hit.
Boy, I tell you, what a good pitch. Okajima had thrown the curveball. Look where the location is of this fastball, right on the inside corner, really tied up Markakis, 89 miles an hour with the heater. And after that 78-mile-an-hour curveball, very difficult to catch up to that fastball right in on the corner.
Aubrey Huff only 1 away. Huff is 2 for 13 off Okajima. Roberts and Jones are the base runners, and Huff rips it to second. There's 1 and there's 2. Unbelievable. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, base runner left on. .83 degrees at game time around the Inner Harbor. Lots of folks on hand. Red Sox, Yankees, of course, bring in big crowds to Baltimore. Here's Danny Baez, who will come on for Michelio.
5th pitcher of the night for the Orioles. Baez will work to the bottom 3rd of the order. Michelio worked an inning, allowed just a hit, had a strikeout.
Baez, Veritek, Reddick, and Lowry to face him. Veritek sent into a double play, called out on strikes, walked and grounded out. So the Orioles' first 2 on 6th inning. Inning-ending ground ball double play. Orioles' first 2 on 7th inning. Double play for the first 2 outs. Orioles' first 2 on in the 8th inning. A double play to end the inning. 1-0 delivery to Veritek. 1-1 delivery on the way and taken up high. If the Red Sox win, we mentioned they will be one game above 500. Buck and I were looking at, it's kind of unbelievable.
On the road, yeah.
Yeah, that in the above 500 on the road. Kind of unbelievable that in the American League there are only 3 teams 500 or better. The Red Sox at 500, the Yankees are 3 games above, and the Angels are 9 games above. That's it.
Yeah.
On the road. Everybody else has got a losing record.
There just aren't that many dominant teams where they can go anywhere and take on all comers.
3-2 delivery on the way to Veritek. We're just looking. I hadn't looked at the National League. The National League's a little better. The Rockies are 3 games above 500 on the road. How about that? One of the reasons they're in second place. They're 8 games behind the Dodgers, who are 8 games above 500. Veritek is on. Cardinals have played above 500 on the road, but they're the only team in the Central Division that can say that. And in the East, Philadelphia's 32-17 in road games. They and Florida have winning records on the road in the National League East.
Yeah, Philadelphia was really the curious team in the National League, as they were under 500 at home for most of the season, and then they had the 9-1 homestand to turn them around.
Baez will miss up high. Josh Reddick. Pretty good start to his major league career. 2 doubles in his first start, along with a walk and a strikeout. 1-0 delivery on the way. Gets away. Veritek will go down to second base. That is a wild pitch. If you take a look at the glasses that are worn, well, we'll look at this first.
Yeah, that's a pitch that Matt's got to catch, and he just kind of backhanded, tried to catch it in this situation. Just shift over to the right, play it up the chest to keep it in front of you. Still only a 4-run ball game.
Yeah. 2-0 count here. Reddick. Now look at his glasses. If Reddick stays at the major league level and has one of those starts where everybody gets excited, you'll see those glasses all over Fenway. You will.
Kind of the Joe Madden effect.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the Manny dreadlock kind of thing, because his glasses are unique. With the helmet on, it's hard to see it. They're very dark and wide on the side. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and a strike taken on the inside corner. 3-1. It'll be a whole new marketing scheme for the Red Sox, and we all know if any team needs money, it's Boston. 3-1. Veritek off second base. Yeah, caught on that one upstairs. 3-2.
Yeah, Dave Maggott, the hitting coach, talking about young Josh Reddick, suggested that he loves to swing the bat. He is an aggressive hitter. He's not intimidated. They saw him in the spring, and they liked what they saw.
3-2 delivery to him.
And you know, it's interesting, and it's something the Orioles are going to enjoy next year. When you're in close proximity to your minor league camp, how you can call up a minor leaguer that you're not that familiar with just to fill in. Somebody says, hey, we need an outfield today. Well, how about this guy? Let's send him up, take a look at him. And you just don't understand how important it is to be able to call on your minor leaguers like that.
Aubrey Huff with a great stop, and Baez covers in time to get the out. Veritek will move over to third base. Fine play by Huff.
Great reaction by Aubrey Huff as he speared that hot shot and then bounces to his feet, gives Danny Baez a perfect feed. And Reddick runs well. He gets out of the box, and it's going to be a foot race, but there's Baez calling for the ball, giving Aubrey Huff that target with his glove.
So Reddick gets his job done, getting Veritek over. The infield has to move in. Jed Lowry 0 for 3 and a walk in the ball game. And Lowry will take the pitch down low for a ball. Lowry's numbers evidencing what we had mentioned. Now he's just getting back into game shape. At shortstop, Lowry's playing in just his 15th game, so he hasn't even reached 50 at bats yet at the major league level this year. 1-0 delivery on the way, held up on it. It is a strike though. 1-1.
Yeah, this is his 45th at bat of the season. Very difficult to try to catch up to big league hitting with so few at bats under your belt.
One ball, one strike. Veritek not likely to be going here on contact. Not particularly fast. Infield drawn in. Wait and see if the ball goes through. You've got Ellsbury waiting on deck. Two-one delivery on the way. And the count goes to 2-2. Lowry looking for an RBI. He did not play in the ball game last night. Veritek off third base. 2-2 delivery. 3-2. Brian Bass.
Yep.
Another one of the decisions as to who starts on Tuesday with Brad Bergeson out. How much does the bullpen get used in the persons of Bass and Hendrickson between now and then? If the Orioles were thinking of using one or the other to start. That is ripped, but it's foul. If you missed it, Brian Mattis came out of the ball game in his minor league start after only an inning tonight. He's clearly one of the candidates to be the starter Tuesday and make his major league debut. The Orioles will play that close to the vest, appropriately so, until they get there when they have to make a decision. Keep the options open. Three-two delivery by Baez. Infield stays drawn in. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And they want to check at third, but he did not go around.
Yeah, they just lost him, and Danny didn't have his real good command tonight. And he threw several pitches that Lowry could see easily were going to be out of the strike zone, including ball 4. Now 2 walks in the inning.
The Orioles went through the first half of the season with the walks way down compared to last year. They have started to pick up a bit in the month of July. Hernandez walked 4 in this game. Hendrickson walked a couple. Now Baez has walked a couple. And all of a sudden, you've had 8 guys walked in this game. You just can't do that against a Red Sox team. 2 in this inning. Grounded to first. Aubrey Huff got it. Throw to the plate. They've got Veritek in a rundown. Melvin Mora. Pitcher gets into it. Come on now. Veritek's going to go. What's he thinking? He is out. Oh, he had a runner at third. Veritek couldn't go back to the bag, or at least he couldn't, because also at third base was Lowry. Lowry had come all the way around. If he had gone back, Lowry would have been the out. Watch this.
Yeah, this is a messed up play. There's the out at first base. Veritek comes down and doesn't want to run into the out, so he gets in a rundown. Moore throws it to Baez, and then Baez airmails his Torres. But now there's a base runner at third. Lowry's at third, so Veritek has to go home. Varitek, then Varitek's going to come back, and the umpire says, "Oh, you know what? Let's just settle this another time. And thank you very much. You go into the dugout, you go into your dugout, and we're going to play the bottom of the ninth." Danny Baez was steamed. He felt like Varitek may have been a little too aggressive in that play.
So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Orioles are being shut out on 8 hits. Daniel Bard comes on to do the pitching, and a ground ball by Reimold to second base. Pedroia makes the play, and there's one away.
Now the bullpen for this Red Sox is very deep. Bard came up mid-season, 26 appearances so far, 37 strikeouts, and 30 and a third inning. That enabled them to move Justin Masterson in the Martinez deal. They have developed so many good arms in this organization. They continue to promote. They still have Buckles, they still have Michael Bowden, they still have Bard, and they acquired Victor Martinez. Well, they held on to many of their premium chips.
The Orioles in danger of being shut out for the 7th time. The Red Sox pitching staff has 6 shutouts on the season. Beckett has 2 of those himself, 2 complete game shutouts. He's the only starter on the Red Sox staff that has that. And they pitch to Scott in the inside corner. Scott is single, walked, and grounded out. Orioles have had 8 hits. They've left 7. Red Sox 4 runs, 13 hits, and 15 left on base. 0-2 delivery on the way. Luke Scott fooled by that. Bring you up to date on our voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. You can still text in your vote. Beckett on top, looking for his 13th win, A, B, or C. 51862. The results on the O's Extra post-game show. Okajima, an inning, no runs, 2 hits. Josh Beckett, no runs, 6 hits, over 7. And the Orioles with Melvin Mora up 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. A ball game that just kept getting away further and further and further away. The Red Sox have a 4-0 win this season against the Orioles, and they may have their 2nd. Baldelli diving. Ball bounces into the seats.
Baldelli had a little more room than he realized. He went into a slide early before he gets on the artificial turf. You can see the slide right there on the grass, and if he takes a couple more strides, he might have been able to run under it.
With a victory by the Red Sox here, they'll make it 13 out of the last 15 against the Orioles, and it'll be their 9th straight series win against the O's. Melvin Mora, a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike count, and 2 down. Bard's 1-1 delivery. That will be taken up high, 2-1. Bard's delivery, and that was swung on and foul tipped into the mid, 2-2.
98 miles an hour. You mentioned the power arms at the back end of this bullpen, and here's one of the young hard throwers, Daniel Bard.
Beckett with a win will go 13-4. David Hernandez 3-3. No save here. Here's the 2-2 delivery, Melvin Mora, and this one's in the books. Bard comes on with a 1-2-3 inning, 4-13-0 for the Red Sox. Nothing on the board for the O's.